you probably didn't really know who Thanos was when he was introduced into the MCU.
Correct.
In the movies, they tell us that he's a guy who's trying to save the universe from starving, right? You know, it's too everyone's eating up all the food. Let's just kill half the people. We got more food.
Right.
Like, why don't you just make more food? You know what I mean? Like, imagine like you had someone over for dinner. You thought it was going to be 4 people, but then like 8 showed up.
Right.
And instead of getting more food, you were like, oh, we just have to fucking kill half the people here so we have enough food. Like, it sounds wacky, right? When you put it that way. But the comics, he is a mutant god who dissected his own mother.
Damn.
Yes. Upgraded his own biology to take a punch from Galactus and murdered half of the universe just to get a date. Matt's gonna need a team, dude. He's outnumbered, right? Like you got this whole task force. You got Fisk, who's got this chokehold on New York that every week feels like gets tighter and tighter.
Right.
And it's just him and Karen. Well, now he's got the swordsman helping him out, and he hopes, maybe White Tiger. Which, dude, I learned a lot about that amulet. Yeah. Holy shit, dude. That's some cool shit.
Apparently it doesn't make you bulletproof.
Something that it does that's pretty cool is if you put the amulet on, it automatically downloads all of these martial arts forms that you become an expert in like that.
It's kind of like the Panther.
It kind of is, yeah.
You get, because you get all the fighting skills from all the answers before you. Yeah.
I'm team Hank Pym over Scott Lang.
Yes.
That's my issue with this movie. Right. Movie's a fun movie.
The real travesty is that they put Hank Pym out of sync with the rest of the Avengers. Shit.
Right. The fucking Grandpa Hank over here. Right. Shit, we never got to see regular fucking Hank. All right. Welcome to Only Comics. I'm Mike. That's Adrian.
What's up, man?
What's up, dude?
A lovely day. Like, finally looks like spring outside.
Spring's here. Yeah. Got the phlegm in the throat. No Diddy. It's motherfucking Easter weekend.
Yes, sir.
Holy shit. All kinds of stuff going on, Adrian. It's been, so I'm feeling good, man. How you feeling today?
I'm feeling good.
Fucking great weekend, you know? So shout out, happy Easter to everybody. Well, it's Monday by the time you're watching this, but, hope you had a great Easter weekend. You found all the eggs and you found the whatever. You ate a chocolate bunny. I don't know. You also had some big meat, hopefully, like in the oven,
okay.
Yeah, dude, fucking prime rib. Now this is like, I guess it already happened, but I'm making a prime rib for Easter.
Okay.
Yeah, what you got going on, dude?
I don't know.
I know. Oh, yeah.
We're visiting relatives. Or something.
Shit, you're not hosting. I'm figuring you'd be like seasoning up a brisket or some shit.
No, dude, I'm actually tired of beef this week. Matter of fact, because I bought the brisket from several weeks ago.
Yeah.
And so when I cooked it up, I sliced it and I realized that one of those steaks, I mean, these things are like probably 2 inches thick, right?
Yep.
That's a lot of fucking meat, dude. And of course, we couldn't eat it all. So I sliced them up and I vacuum sealed them and packaged them separately, right? So I had 2 left over.
Yeah.
And so I broke those out this week, threw those in the air fryer. And low heat for like a couple of hours. Yeah. Let this shit simmer because I also had a lot of excess butter seasoning in it. Oh
shit, dude.
And after going through that, I'm like, I'm done with beef for the week.
You had enough meat.
It's too much, dude.
Yeah.
It's too much.
Sometimes it's too much meat,
Yeah, right.
Yo, we're going back to the moon. Did you see that?
Oh, it's bullshit.
Back to the moon for the first time.
Yo, you see that video where the guy was like, oh, the firmament. You see, and then you see the rocket goes up and it looks like it exploded or something when it hit the firmament. I'm like, I mean, there should be only some certain things you should be able to do.
Right.
Yeah. And mocking Charlie Kirk's wife is not one of those things that you should not be able to do.
Right.
She's suing because,
oh my
come on, dog.
Can't we just have a joke, right? Like, that's what you're going to have to. We're going to make some fucking jokes. We're going to make fun of people, maybe ourselves, maybe some of you guys, and we're all going to have a good fucking time. Everybody needs to lighten up. Everyone's so uptight nowadays. People get offended at fucking everything.
Because they can.
Exactly.
Apparently.
Even driving, like you pull in front of someone, and like they're so upset. Like, bro, I'm not worried about you. I'm not cutting you off. You're going slow. I just want to go faster.
Right.
That's it.
Right. So wait a minute. So they're in the left lane. You go around them.
Yes.
Which is illegal.
It's illegal.
But it's the ticket is less painful than driving behind somebody.
Correct.
So you do a go around, or technically, you move over to the right lane because it's the proper thing to do. And you just so happen to be going faster.
Because they're moving backwards.
Right. Yeah. And, 5 or 6 or 7 or fucking half a mile up, you go back to the left lane. and they still get upset.
They upset,
because you went around them.
Like, bro, I don't even know who you are, dude.
I don't even know who you are.
Shout out to Thanos. He's our who the fuck is this week. So we're gonna learn a lot about Thanos today. Maybe they'll see Thanos when they're on their way to the moon. I'll tell you what, though, and there's some cool shit with this moon launch because I don't know, say you. I would think you're just gonna shoot the rocket straight to the moon, right?
No,
but I'm saying I would think that like the moon's there, we're here. Like, if we're going to fly to Florida from here, we're just going to go straight to Florida. We're not going to go to
Actually, don't even do that either.
Okay. Well, I have no idea how to travel then.
There's a lot of forces involved.
Got it.
In long distance travel.
But you always hear the quickest route is the shortest point, whatever.
Sure. But as the crow flies.
But I didn't realize, dude, this is like some Fantastic Four shit. Like, they're flying, sideways, using the Earth's gravity to actually propel the rocket out of our atmosphere.
Correct.
And then it kind of loops around the moon, and the moon's gravity, which is a lot less than Earth's, helps this thing come back around and go back to Earth. Then we get back into the Earth's magnetic field, and it's pulling it right. It's fucking, it's wacky, dude.
Yeah.
It's called science, I guess. It's a crazy thing.
I heard some guy who was like, so you telling me in whenever the time they went, right?
That's 69, I think.
And when most TVs were black and white, you didn't have electric windows.
Right.
The computers were, unheard of pretty much.
Yep.
A transistor was the size of, fucking your
this
arm
table.
or something. So you telling me you strapped a couple of guys in a
tin can,
glorified tin can,
wrapped in aluminum foil.
Yep, and shot them out to the moon, landed on someplace, right? And then they were able to get back. They were able to launch off the moon without any support at all.
Right.
No infrastructure.
Correct.
And then come back to Earth weeks later and sit.
I don't know how they got
safely.
the camera on the moon first to see them land. Like, who did they send there for?
It's a photo op. So and they can explain that when he's somebody got out. They've set it up, and then they had. But then that means that fucking John, whoever the fuck
Lance Armstrong was not.
He was not the first person to step foot on the moon.
Yep.
It was the camera guy.
Dude, they said that. In that the computer technology that they had in that tin can that they took to the moon allegedly, today in one of those greeting cards that plays music, that has more tech than they had in that fucking tin foil, can. They went, come on, bro.
Right. Now either they were scientific, just absolute geniuses. You would have to be some Reed Richards shit.
Yes.
Level shit in order to get mechanical shit to do all of that, what we're talking about now, trajectory, because you have to plan that. Because the moon is, it's kind of stationary around the planet, but you got all these forces where you got to like spin up. So also it's like you need rocket juice to get out of the atmosphere. Then you got to kind of slingshot around.
Belts too.
You got a radiation, and how do you guide around that bullshit?
You got to hit those. I was reading. You got to hit those at the certain fucking angle just to get out, dude. Yeah,
in the radiation belt. It's not a band. It's not like a flat band. It's not like the rings around Saturn.
Right.
It's not something that you can go above or under.
Correct.
This is some shit you got to go through.
It's like some Ant-Man shit. You got to get through the molecule. Like which is our movie of the week, by the way. See, it all ties together.
Absolutely.
So they're going to the moon. They're heading up there now. They're going to get some information. They're testing everything. So they can go back again next year, test some more shit. And then in 2028, we can finally land on the moon for the first time.
That's bullshit.
It's crazy,
That's
dude.
bullshit.
But anyways, we're going to continue that talk on other stuff. I got some fun stuff about that. You mentioned Fantastic Four.
Yep.
There's 4 of these motherfuckers.
Right.
There's 3 dudes, 1 chick. And the captain, the leader of this, his first name's Reed. You can't even make this shit up, dude. So anyways, we'll continue that on other stuff.
Well, we'll see what they come back looking like, right?
Yeah, exactly. Hit that radiation belt the wrong way. And oh, shit, Mr. Stretchy over here.
There you go.
That will be continued on other stuff. What's other stuff, you ask? Well, that is our other podcast where we talk about alien shit, tinfoil hat, all kinds of stuff. And we're going to talk about some Ant-Mans. It's a little bit of comics, too. So you can check that out. Shout out to all the interns out there.
Yep.
The button to subscribe to that is on our main YouTube channel and also in this description. It's all of $4.99 a month, and you get a full extra podcast. More of Mike and Adrian. Well, could you ask? Good Easter present for someone.
Absolutely.
Dude, I have a question for you, and you have a question for me. You don't even know it. Okay. So I know you have a question for me because we're talking about some content I was trying to get you to read something.
Yep.
You were trying to get me to watch something.
Correct.
So I have a question for you.
No.
Have you have you read World War Hulk? No. And your question for me is what?
Have you fucking seen Close Encounters?
No, not yet.
Yeah.
But you know what? Now, in fairness to both of us, we are recording a day early because of the big old grand Easter celebration that's happening, you know?
Right. And we did have to watch something that was a little bit more relevant.
Yes.
Daredevil.
And it was 2 episodes,
And it was
by the
2
way.
hours.
Holy shit, dude.
It's a lot of work, man.
We're gonna get into that because, man, I'm like, dude, the one downfall of recording a day early is I wish I could have watched those episodes again.
Right.
They were fucking great. So we're gonna talk about that in a little bit. But like we do every week, Adrian, we're gonna hop into some news and motherfucking rumors.
There you go.
You know I like that word. It's one of my favorite words in there. Is it in the dictionary, motherfucker?
I think it is. My favorite word is shit. It's just
Really?
so
Okay.
No, actually, my favorite word is damn.
Damn.
Right? Be like, damn.
Okay.
Damn. Damn. See that?
I know exactly what you mean by each one of them, and they're very different meanings.
Exactly.
Yep. Just like the word fuck.
Right.
That has I think it is one of the most dynamic words that we use. It can be used in so many. You could be a dumb fuck. You can be fucking off. You can be a fucking asshole. You can be a motherfucker. I could say fuck yeah, fuck no, what the fuck, who the fuck.
Right.
You could just use it anywhere.
Yeah.
You know? So anyways, well, with that being said, we're gonna get into the motherfucking fucking news, okay? Man, we talked about Doomsday recently, Adrian. And the thing is, Doomsday might not happen. There's a rumor that Marvel might be getting cold feet. They're afraid of the big bad sandworms. I don't know if that's true. The rumor is actually that they're looking at moving up possibly a week earlier. Now, there's a few things that had happened, so it's not just that they're running from the worms. I don't think it's that at all, honestly. They're gonna fucking smash the, Doom at the box office. But we talked about Dune having IMAX exclusivity.
Sure.
So now I'm not I don't need to see shit in IMAX.
Right.
I believe that in IMAX, there's probably 5 good seats. It's the back of the theater and closest to the center row or closest to the center seat that you can get.
For me, it's not quite the back.
Yeah.
But it's eye level. So if you look at the screen and you got half of it, the perfect seat to me is like a little bit above half, but probably, let's say, 6 rows from the back. I'm very specific.
You're talking IMAX.
Yes.
Yes. Because the IMAX screen, it's so big. Oh my God. The problem is if I sit too far to one side, I can't see what the fuck's happening on the other side of the screen. I'm doing this the whole time, right? It's that big.
Yep.
It's almost like I know that's the whole idea, but it's almost like, dude, can we bring it down a little bit? Right. Because if we went to see Fantastic Four First Steps in IMAX. We were at the Providence Mall. Someone was saying this on one of the comments, like, dude, to get to that theater, you got to walk through the fucking food court and all the drunk people from Dave and Buster's. Like, it is kind of weird how it's in the back. But anyways, we were sitting in like the 3rd or 4th row, dude, which in any other movie would have been fine. But in IMAX, I'm doing this the whole time. Damn. And I was in like the 4th row. So the point is, I say a lot to say, I don't think IMAX is a necessity for Doomsday, but there was a slot that opened up. So Jumanji 3, believe it or not, they're on the 3rd Jumanji movie with The Rock, Kevin Hart, and Jack Black. Hey, kudos to them, and people are liking these, I guess. Sure. I've never seen a full one. I've seen clips, and it looks kind of funny, whatever. But that movie was originally set to debut on December 11th, but they actually moved it to Christmas Day, so it opens the door. So there's some talk about Marvel potentially moving Doomsday up a week, which would also allow them to take advantage of some IMAX screens.
Okay.
So I get it. I don't think, listen, we were joking about Doomsday a few weeks ago. I don't think there's this big battle between the two. They have some crossover in audience, but Dune's going to do what it's going to do, and Doomsday is going to kick ass. And people will, I think with Barbieheimer, they prove that motherfuckers will go out to see 2 movies if they like them both.
Right.
Right.
Well, I think what, the other attraction with IMAX, besides the screen, the seating, it's stadium seating, is also the sound.
Yes, true.
I mean, the sound in the IMAX theater is like going from records to DVDs, or Blu-rays. Now you can argue whether the record is better than whatever.
Sure,
but it's just a dramatic difference. But if you don't want to go to IMAX, you don't have to anymore. Just go to Costco, buy their 150-inch fucking TV.
Do you IMAX at home?
Yeah. Who needs a 150-inch TV, dude? I mean, that's like a wall or something.
Dude, I think in most living rooms, like I have an 85-inch, which is a little bit big for a TV.
Right.
Like, we had to move our couches back a little bit because it's like, holy shit. My wife's like, are you serious? 85? Like, but sure. I don't know that I would go any bigger than that. So yeah, to your point, you get a freaking 150-inch. Holy shit.
Yeah, you literally just build a fucking theater in the basement of your house. I mean, you have to. Yeah. Because there's distance things. Like, you're talking about seatings in a theater, right? Who sits in the front row, right? You got to be blind.
Yeah, I say blind people, yeah.
Because that's the most uncomfortable because neck back the whole theater the whole time and shit.
Right.
150-inch.
That's crazy.
TV,
anyway. That's insane. No, I think 85 is the most you need to go. I do like, though, on Disney Plus with the MCU movies, they have the IMAX versions. So when you're watching them at home on your 70, 85-inch, it fills the whole screen and it's great. You get to see the same level of detail. But yeah, I'm not. Now, I'm not going to bullshit. When these tickets go on sale, I am going to look at the IMAX to see if I can get the back rows. And I go. Because see fucking my man Dr. Doom up in this bitch in fucking IMAX. Yeah. Shit. Oh my God, looks like Tony Stark. Look at him.
Yeah. But, probably if you go on that Thursday, you probably get it.
Yeah, exactly. Yep. So,
it's going to be weird. Like, people making fun of you because you only have a 32-inch TV.
Oh, yeah.
That's weird. Anyway,
so Doomsday, we talk a lot about. We also have some Secret Wars news here. So the Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield, two of the Spider-Men, they're reportedly making their return to the MCU. Now, we've already heard that Tobey's in Doomsday, right? I don't know if that's been confirmed, but that's fucking rumors up the yin-yang, as they say. But Andrew Garfield has not been confirmed for Doomsday. But the latest scoop here, as they say, is both of these Parkers will be back in Secret Wars. They'll be separate, though, doing their own thing. Andrew Garfield, Spider-Man, may even get his chance to finally fight an alien. He wanted to. He talked about that in No Way Home. The alien that they're talking about, people are thinking it's the symbiote, which would be pretty cool. So that's first piece of this news. The other piece is Sadie Sink. We've talked so much about Sadie. Who's she playing, Adrian? Maybe she's fucking playing you. I don't know.
It could be.
They do a lot of things with CGI now, right? But if they really want us to be in the movie, they could just call us. Like, we'll figure it out, right? It's a couple of days down there. But she's most likely playing Jean Grey. I think that one, what's that thing, Arkham's Razor, where it's like the most. That's the most obvious one. Now they could obviously pull some crazy shit, and she's playing like a freaking aged down version of Aunt May or some stupid It could be anything. I hope it's not that.
Yeah.
But rumor is she's playing Jean Grey. But the other part of this rumor is that in Marvel's Mutant Saga, which is coming up right after Secret Wars, we talked about all those movies they have on the agenda, so they're moving ahead pretty fast with this. The rumor is that Jean Grey is actually going to be, they say but I would assume one of the main characters in Marvel's Mutant Saga. I think that if this rumor is true, I think that's a great decision. Sadie's young. She's in her early 20s. She's a great actress. We've seen her in Stranger Things. She's been able to play that almost possessed person struggling with, which is right. I mean, that's Jean Grey. Almost possessed by this Phoenix Force that also gives her this insane power set. It's like take the good with the bad. And we've already seen that Sadie can play a character that's going through those things. So now, but the part that I want to talk about is Jean Grey being the main character in Marvel's Mutant Saga. How do you feel about that, if that was the case?
I kind of don't like that.
Okay.
There should be, she could have a moment.
Yeah.
Right? But not like a continuity kind of a deal.
Okay.
But that's also, they're probably also going to play it like, let's say a Captain America, right? So Captain America, he is one of the main characters.
Yes.
And he has continuity through all of them.
Yeah.
But everything's not built around.
Correct.
You know.
Yeah, that's how I think it would be. So if it's that, if Jean Grey is the Captain America of this mutant phase, do you think that character can carry that story?
Yeah.
Absolutely. And the thing about this is with Jean Grey, what comes along? Well, Cyclops, Scott Summers, right? The X-Men, obviously it's a mutant saga, so the X-Men. Sure. I mean, there's so many options here. You got the Madeline Pryor whole storyline, which then leads to Cable, which leads to Mr. Sinister, which leads to Apocalypse, which could lead to Onslaught. Like, I hope this is one of these rumors. Mostly, we hear so much shit, and it's like, if it happens, it happens. This is one where I'm hoping this does happen. I hope that and you could maybe, I know this is a crazy thing to say out loud because they're 0 for 2, but maybe they could do the Phoenix story properly this time.
Right. Yeah, but think about this. If it's Jean Grey, like you said, it could be so many different things. I think they cannot get around Jean and Scott. They can kind of like dance around the Wolverine 3.
Yeah, you can leave him out.
Right.
Yeah, sure.
But you have to have a Jean Scott thing. You should have a Jean buried under the Hudson River. Right?
Oh, yeah.
So the Phoenix Force thing can be introduced, right?
Yep.
And then you could even have a Jean Scott, Madeline Pryor thing. Those are low-level things.
Right.
Besides all the other adventures around everything else that they do.
So you know what? Marvel, since you're watching, you got my blessing on it.
Right.
That's why they put it out, Adrian.
Sure.
So I went to see Super Mario Brothers or Super Mario Galaxy this week, dude. Listen, man, me and Mario are the same age, okay? Mario was created in 85. I was born in 85. I've played a ton of Mario games growing up. You're not a Mario guy.
No.
We know that. We obviously, maybe you guys don't know if you're newer, that Adrian's favorite game is Ratchet and Clank.
Correct.
And in your opinion, there's no reason to play any other games.
That is correct also.
You just need one game.
That's it.
You'd be
Focus.
You'd be a great kid because if I could just buy my kids one game, it'd be phenomenal, dude.
Dude, I'm that ball of aluminum foil kid. Dude.
Yep.
Just give me that and I'm good. I'm good. Fuck the gift. Just give me the box,
That's what usually happens anyways, dude. The gift's in the corner and they're making a freaking house out of the cardboard box. Or my daughter likes to slide down our stairs. Like, she just these gymnastic mats, right? And my wife's like, can we just get rid of them? She's like, no, I want them. And I'm like, why do you want them? And my wife's like, because she uses them to slide down the stairs. Okay.
Wow.
Yeah. I'm like,
I would think cardboard would be a little bit more slippery than a gym
No,
mat.
dude, these things they're slick.
Really?
Like, when you're going down a carpet, So anyways, but you've played Mario games, right? I'd imagine.
No.
You've never played a Mario game?
Nope.
On Nintendo? Holy shit.
Nope.
You learn something crazy every day.
Nope. I played old school like Joust, Centipede, Galaga, shit like that.
Okay.
But
so you kind of skipped though. So you played the shit that preceded Mario, but then skipped kind of the whole Nintendo phase.
Well, because remember when you were born in 85. In 85, I was
you're in the Navy,
I was
right?
a junior.
Oh, you were a junior in high school.
Right?
Okay.
So I played those games during that time.
Yeah.
And then the Mario generation, I was in the Navy.
Got it. Yeah.
So,
because even though it came out in 85, bro, I didn't start playing this till the 90. Like, there's phases here. Like we were far from rich. We weren't dirt poor, but like if something came out in 85, by 91, we might be able to get that motherfucker. You know what I mean? Like,
right.
Hey, whatever you got, it was cool. But I'm like, I'm late to the game.
When you're poor, you're definitely playing the long game on purchases.
Absolutely. You're getting PS1 when fucking your friends are getting PS3. It happens, dude.
It happens.
But anyways, I'm a big Mario guy. These movies, the scores of these movies have me, Adrian, a little upset with critics, okay? Because now they're critics. Their job is to critique, right?
Sure.
It's kind of one of those like those who can't teach. You've heard this statement before, right? Like, I was just thinking about this whole relationship between critics and movies. You got people that, not for the most part, they've never made a movie, right?
Right.
Never made a movie in their life. They've watched a lot of movies.
Sure.
And then you got a guy, or a group of people. I mean, you see how many names are on the credits when a movie's done. Hundreds and fucking people.
Fucking janitors. All
exactly. Yep. Fucking Tommy brought us fucking toilet paper one day, put his name in there as an executive assistant. But there's a lot of work that goes into these. And then you get judged by someone that has never done that work.
Right.
it's got to be a weird, like a annoying feeling. And I'm sure a lot of directors don't even listen to critics, but it's got to be kind of fucked up where like, I've done this, I've made this movie that I really like. And then you get some asshole at home in the front of his keyboard like, the movie fucking sucked, whatever. Now, we do it here, so I'm talking out of both sides. But I think when you're critiquing something, when you're reviewing something, you got to really take in consideration who the audience for that is, right? Because, like, I don't like country music. So if I were to review a country music album that maybe you would give it a 8 out of 10.
But why would you review a country music album?
Exactly.
I mean, you shouldn't be at all.
I shouldn't, but if I'm a reviewer, like people that review these Super Mario movies that aren't that audience may shit all over them.
Like for example, you love fucking, what was that series of movies you like, Scream or some shit?
Oh yeah, Scream,
right. Yep. I would never critique a Scream movie. Right. Because that's not my genre. Right. You know, I could, if I sat down and for whatever reason I watched it, I'd be like, yeah, I feel this way about it or so on and so forth. But I'm not going to put my stamp of approval or fucking destruction on it because that's not my thing.
Right. And I think that's what happens with some movies in these reviews. So like Super Mario Brother, I saw the first one and then we saw the second one this past week. And first of all, the movie's rated PG, okay? So who would that indicate who the movie's designed for? Kids, like 10-year-olds, right? So if I go into it looking at this movie through the same lens that I would look at The Matrix or Interstellar and be like, this movie sucks, dude. The fuck is this bullshit? But if I go into it knowing that it's a movie designed for kids, I feel like you got to put on a different lens with shit like this.
I think that's almost impossible to do.
Okay.
So first of all, you're an adult. You're not a kid. Right.
Oh, you don't know.
Second of all, if you're hardened, you're a professional, so you're kind of like your mind is cast, unless you can do some split personality shit, and that other personality can write reviews.
Sure.
Your mind, I think, is cast as an adult looking at something that you don't deal with every day. It would kind of be like, I decide to write. Well, not me, but somebody that doesn't have kids decide to write a children's book to teach other people about kids.
It's weird.
Well, you don't have fucking kids.
Correct.
Well, but my sister does. That's trust me, that's not the same thing.
Right.
So I don't think, I mean, certain things, since kids aren't professional critiquers. Yeah. Maybe there's some out there. No offense to, those young ones that are professional critiquers. But I think certain things like a Mario movie should kind of get a pass to a certain degree. Yeah. Because of it's being reviewed by people that's unable to do that kind of a deep dive.
Yep. You're unqualified, motherfuckers.
Right. Unless you're just weird and, you can, reverse fucking yourself or whatever and whatever.
And so that's a lot, a long-winded way to say that maybe the people reviewing this movie, aren't looking through the right lens.
Mike, I think there was an offense in there. Are you saying I'm a yapper?
No, I'm saying we're both yappers.
I'm hurt.
Yeah, you're going to go complain. Oh my God, he said this about me. Go tell the interns. They'll be so upset with you. But this Super Mario Galaxy movie, our friends at Rotten Tomatoes, Adrian, the critics gave it a 40%.
Damn.
And the audience score is 90. Like, how do you...
Come on, really?
Yeah.
That's 50 points. That's a huge disparity.
It's crazy, dude. It's crazy. And this was it's similar numbers to the first movie as well. I think the first one, it was like maybe 50-something% on the critic side, and then the audience was like 95%.
But you know what's happening? The audience are the ones that's going out and whispering to their people to go watch it.
Oh, yeah.
Nobody knows or gives a fuck about who these critics are.
Dude, the first one...
you showed up in a newspaper that nobody reads. Who cares?
Dude, the first one did $1.3 billion worldwide.
That sounds like more than a 40% to me.
Yes. And then this one, just in the first weekend, not even the full weekend, is over 100 million worldwide already, dude. 122 million, which is actually, I think, more than the first one did in its first weekend. So it's kicking ass, dude.
Right.
As someone I'm a Mario guy, I say I'm a Mario guy. I think I played up until Mario 64 was the last one I really, really played. I played some Mario Galaxy here and there, the Odyssey, but not like when I was a kid.
Wait a minute. Mario 64, is that like 64 versions?
No.
Or like that's like a chip version of or something?
Nope. It was it came out on Nintendo 64.
Okay.
So that's why they called it Mario 64. And it was the first 3D Mario. So all the other ones were, side scrollers, right?
Sure.
And Mario 64 it may have been the first, if not, it was one of the first 3D platformer games. I mean, really where, Ratchet and Clank is a 3D platformer game,
yeah.
So this was, I guess, the great grandfather of Ratchet and Clank. Adrian.
Sure.
But that was the last one I really, really played to an extent. But if you've ever played Mario and you liked it, these movies are fun because of the Easter eggs, of the kind of nostalgic, callbacks to a lot of these games. And they're fun, entertaining movies, dude. Sometimes I don't always want to watch Inception, like I love Inception, but I don't always need to watch something where if I blink, I don't know what the fuck's going on.
Right.
Sometimes you just want to put on something that's fun, and this is it, dude. So I highly recommend, if you like the first one, you'll like this one. Cool. If you haven't seen them and you're a Mario fan, the fuck are you doing with your goddamn time? Finish this first, then go watch one of them. So
there you go.
Daredevil, season 2, Born Again, season 2. We're going to talk about the episodes, a little bit later, but the good news is if you're a fan of this show, Adrian, they're already shooting season 3. Really? They're not fucking around with this show, dude.
Cool.
They understand that we want some Daredevil, dude. We like this shit. Keep it motherfucking coming.
There you go.
Now there's some spoilers, Adrian, that hit social. So if you don't like spoilers, you don't want to see this part of the show here, I'm gonna just go laptop shot real quick. So these are some mofos that were on the set. This guy here. Oh, who's that? Luke Cage in the motherfucking house. Your boy. Is that Danny Rand? Is that Iron Fist in this mofo?
I don't know, because he was blonde or whatever.
Okay. Jessica Jones. Yep. So anyways, they've spotted Iron Fist. They spotted Luke Cage, and obviously we already knew that Jessica Jones well, she's even in second season. But the Defenders are coming back for season 3, dude.
Cool.
What do you think?
I'm good with it.
Yeah.
I'm good with it.
Makes sense, right?
Maybe they listened to us and fucking did something better with Danny Rand, though.
Maybe. But I guess if he's in there with the group, he probably can't be that offensive, right?
That whole weak link thing.
Yeah. Oh, hey, you always got to have a weak link.
He was definitely the less desirable show to watch. Okay.
Got it. But where this show is going, Matt's gonna need a team, dude. He's outnumbered, right? Like you got this whole task force. You got Fisk, who's got this chokehold on New York that every week feels like gets tighter and tighter.
Right.
And it's just him and Karen. Well, now he's got the swordsman helping him out, and he maybe White Tiger. Which, dude, I learned a lot about that amulet. Holy shit, dude, that's some cool shit.
All right.
But anyways,
apparently it doesn't make you bulletproof.
Doesn't make. Well, he wasn't wearing it. Oh no, he was. You're right. Doesn't make him bullet. He shot him in the head. Yes. No. But it does give you super speed and strength and all kinds of shit. Like everything else, dude. But it actually, something that it does that's pretty cool is, and this is almost like a Matrix download, right? So if you put the amulet on, it automatically downloads all of these martial arts forms that you become an expert in like that, but just by wearing it.
I thought you was going to say it was like some Black Panther shit where when you become the Panther, you get the... It's kind of like the Panther.
It kind of is, yeah.
You get, because you get all the fighting skills from all the ancestors before you. Yeah.
So it's kind of like that, except not tied to ancestors. It's just like, it just gives you these martial arts. So if Angela puts it on, she's going to be able to whoop some ass, even though she's fucking, 3'2".
Right.
Don't matter, dude. So anyways, Defenders back, season 3. I mean, I like the fact that we're getting season 3. So far, season 2 has been off to a great start.
Sure.
Something that was not a great start was when Oscar Isaac played Apocalypse. Remember this?
Yeah.
This is in the news because of the fact that they asked him about it. And he described, this should be a quick little quick hitter for you. He described his time as Apocalypse as excruciating.
We saw it too. It was excruciating for us.
Exactly. It was definitely excruciating on the other side of this motherfucker. And, so at least he knows that as well. And they asked him why he even took the role. And he just talked about how The amazing actors in this, Michael Fassbender, James McAvoy. He had all these people. So hey, the opportunity to work with them makes sense. And the character, he said, I just found him such a freaky, weird character, like in a good way. But the problem was, he goes, I got this suit on and all this shit. I couldn't even move. I couldn't even see the actors that I wanted to work with. Wow. Yeah, so it's just too bad. And they asked him about, returning, and he's like, I don't know. I really hope that there's no reason for that apocalypse to ever return on anyone's screen again.
Yo, if you casually flip through any social media, you see these bodybuilders.
Mm-hmm.
Some of these people are massive, men, women, and anything in between.
Right.
And a lot of this stuff, you really don't have to be that bright to play some of these characters, in the movies.
Right.
And so they don't have to get a regular 5'6" guy to play somebody that's supposed to be massive.
Yeah, Tom Hardy.
So it broaden your horizons a little bit. I mean, beautiful people aren't required in movies anymore, or fucking fashion shows. So just cut out with the little shit.
Pretty soon they're just gonna AI apocalypse, and you can just have somebody with a good voice over them.
Right,
it's gonna happen.
Don't even need that anymore either.
True, yeah, true. It's where it's going, dude. And I don't know how I feel about that. Like, do you care if you watch a movie and 3 characters are AI, but it's a great movie? Do you care?
And I can't tell. I don't give a shit.
Yeah. What about the actors?
Yo, there's already, I heard on OnlyFans, there's already AI characters that are being, they get hired for like marketing and advertising and photo shoots. And
Tilly Norwood is an actual AI actress.
Who is that?
Tilly Norwood. It's an AI actress that some company created that can actually be. I don't know if she's been in any like big official movies, but she's done some like ads and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
It's like she's a thing, but it's there. It's going to happen,
right?
So the something else that's going to happen is there's a lot of movies coming out this year, a lot of shows, and one that we did not mention when we went through our whole list of upcoming media this few weeks ago was Batman Knightfall. Remember a while ago we talked about a Batman Knightfall 3-part animated series?
No, I don't.
Okay. Knightfall's when Bane breaks the bat,
Yeah.
So DC, this is going to be directed by Jeff Whamster here. I think that's how you say it. Whamester. I mean, it's
well, let's see how we say that.
Wamester. Whamster. Anyways, why does that matter? He directed Justice League Crisis on Infinite Earths.
Okay.
Which may not be a good thing.
I'm thinking it's probably not.
Okay. Now, this story, though, the Knightfall story, it's Batman, too, so maybe it's harder to fuck up a Batman movie. But the good news about this...
We both know that's not true.
The good news, Adrian, is we're going to find out this June. So it comes out in June during France. France is having a Annecy Animation Festival. So during that festival, part 1 will drop. It's a 3-part movie series. So hopefully this guy Jeff does a better job with this 3-part series than he did with the Justice League one.
You should pop over there, dude.
Go to France? Yeah. Fuck it. We could debut our animated movie that we haven't. Well, AI, do we get it? I'll get it done this week. Yeah,
right.
You record
on the plane on the way over there.
Absolutely. You just give me a couple voice lines for your character, and fucking Silver Fox and the Unaliver's origin story will happen in animation. So
there you go.
All right, we got so last year there was a handful of horror movies that dropped, and one of them we watched and reviewed here. It was the movie called Weapons. Remember this fucking movie?
I was going to say, even before you said that shit, are there any horror movies anymore?
Yep. There was Weapons. There was Sinners.
No, I mean, there are movies that are classified as horror.
Yes.
But are they really horror movies?
True. No, I feel like there's so many, like, I guess, crossing of genres in these movies now. It isn't always a bad thing, but Sinners felt like that, where I would not call Sinners a pure horror movie.
No.
Weapons, I think it kind of leans more towards horror movie. A fucking shitty movie, though, I can tell you that. Or a boring-ass movie. Now, the thing is, Amy Madigan, she played the old lady, Aunt Gladys. She won an Oscar for Best Supporting Actress for that role.
Really?
Yes.
Okay.
Why does that matter? Well, because when you win an Oscar, you're going to make more money in movies.
Sure.
You're a bigger marketable name. And things like this are going to happen, where Warner Brothers says that, you know what? Why don't we make a prequel focusing on Aunt Gladys?
You know, that's like the shop bodega owner in
Venom
is now like fucking top tier by the third one.
Yes.
It's that kind of bullshit.
Yeah.
Now, she won an Oscar. That's cool.
Yeah.
But that also goes to show you that movies are also like a football team. You can have a great football team, but then you can also cherry pick the coach. Was he good or bad? You can cherry pick a player, right? Well, we want this Tom Brady type guy. We want this Michael Jordan guy, and we want to fucking move him around. So you can be a star player in a team. So it sounds like that's what's happening here.
Yeah, we'll go with what works, right? She already won an Oscar.
Sure.
Movie did well. Well, why don't we make another movie about that movie with the Oscar winner? Boom. So do I have any interest in that movie, you ask? Hell fucking no. Nope. But this last piece of news, Adrian, is a movie I have a lot of motherfucking interest in. You talked about Scream a little bit earlier, Adrian, right? Scream 7 came out a couple months ago, February. I enjoyed it. It was a good movie. Wasn't the best Scream movie ever, but there's really not a bad Scream movie in my opinion. And where they're going to test that fucking theory moving forward because they're moving on to Scream motherfucking 8, Adrian. I can't wait. I'm excited. The Zuckerman sisters. Now, I've never heard of these sisters, but they were the showrunners for a show on Peacock called Poker Face. You ever heard of this? I mean, neither. And they were writers and co-executive producers on Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. I've obviously heard of that. The show Suits, Fringe, and Prodigal Son. So I've heard of Fringe, never watched it. I've heard of Suits, never watched it. And I have watched some of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Suits is good.
Okay.
Which is how the princes of England got married to the redhead, the black chick.
Okay.
Markle.
Yeah.
She was in that.
Got it. Okay.
Suits was pretty good. I heard of Fringe. And what was the other one?
Prodigal Son.
I've heard of that.
Okay. And you're a fan of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., right?
I'm actually on repeat already.
Really?
Like for the third time.
No shit.
Yep.
So it sounds like these Zuckerman sisters are good writers.
Sure.
Well, they're writing the next Scream movie, Scream 8. They've not talked about, if Nev Campbell will return or what's going to happen.
Toretto's going to show up. Fucking Fast and the Furious.
Yeah, he drives the fucking Charger right through Ghostface. Kevin Williamson, who directed Scream 7, he's already made it clear he has no interest in returning to direct this film. So who knows? But at this point, it's like Fast and Furious. Fuck it, dude. Make another one. Who gives a shit? Now, Fast and Furious, I think they should stop after this next one. But Scream, we're only at 8, dude. We can get up to 10. Why not? Fuck it. I'm down with it. Another thing I'm down with, Adrian, is playing a little game called Thumbs Up or Thumbs Down. So we're going to recap the news. So we do. We play games. We talk shit, So
Nev Campbell comes out fucking in 10 with a cane and all this kind of shit.
Bro, she's got to die in these, right?
Right.
She's survived, 6. She wasn't in one of them. 6 Scream movies she survived. She's got the end has to end with her dying.
Sure.
Fuck it, let's do it. I'll write the script. I'm down. I'll direct it. I'll fit it.
But you gotta end it at 10 though.
Yeah,
which means there's gonna be fucking 3 more movies.
3 more,
right? Hey,
yeah, you gotta end at 10. I like that. End at 10. There you go. So, anyways, well, we are not ending right now. We're gonna get a little thumbs up, thumbs down. So we throw up our double wide. So here it is. We're gonna recap the news. First piece of news, Adrian, was the fact that Marvel might be getting cold feet. They're running away from Doomsday, or they're taking advantage of an open slot to get some IMAX screens. They may be moving Avengers Doomsday up 1 week early. I give that a thumbs up.
Thumbs up.
I mean, more just because if I get to see it earlier, I get to see it earlier.
Absolutely.
See how that works. Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield are rumored to show up in Secret Wars. And Garfield may even get a chance to fight an alien this time. I give that a thumbs up.
Sure, thumbs up.
Sadie Sink, most likely is playing Jean Grey, is a rumor. We've said this like 100 times.
Right.
But the other part of this is that Jean Grey is rumored to be a main character in Marvel's Mutant Saga. I give that a huge thumbs up.
Thumbs up.
Because then you get Scott, then you get Phoenix, then you get Madeline Pryor. Madeline Pryor, right. Sinister, oh my, Cables, all kinds of X-Men, Professor X. Oh my God, do it. Let's do it.
I hope they don't fuck Phoenix the way they did Captain Marvel.
Yeah. Well,
I just
Brie Larson's not playing her, so
I understand that, but I just give us fucking Phoenix, dude.
Yes.
Don't be dicking around with that.
Correct. Yep. Give us the real full-blown Phoenix. Right. Don't fuck it up for a third time, you know? Speaking of Brie Larson, she actually voices a character in Super Mario Galaxy, Rosalina. She did a good job.
Sure.
This movie already, this first weekend out, is at $122 million in the box office. So Super Mario's kicking ass. I give that a thumbs up.
Sure, thumbs up. Her voice without the face is it's a good thing.
Okay. Yeah, because the character looked excited to be in the movie. So
there you go.
Daredevil Born Again Season 3 is currently shooting in New York, and some spoilers hit social media. Luke Cage and Iron Fist are back. Jessica Jones was in the mix. Matt's got a team. I give this a thumbs up.
Thumbs up.
X-Men Apocalypse star Oscar Isaac. He said that he was doing an interview recently. Actually, it was on Hot Ones, and eat the hot wings and shit. He said that being buried under the 40-pound costume in the movie Apocalypse was excruciating. And that's, as you pointed out, that's how we felt watching it, right? So it's like we understand. And he has not confirmed, or he said he has no comment on him returning in Secret Wars or Doomsday. Let's hope that no comment is a no. So I give this a thumbs up.
Thumbs up.
Batman Knightfall Part 1, the animated movie, is going to debut this June. It's a 3-part series of, Bane when he breaks the bat, classic comic story. This is coming to animation. I give this a thumbs up.
Thumbs up.
Warner Brothers is moving forward with a prequel for the movie Weapons, focusing on Aunt Gladys because Amy Madigan won an Academy Award. I give this a thumbs down.
I was wondering what was going to break this run here, but thumbs down.
We had a very positive, for Easter weekend, we had positive news so far, but nope, thumbs down. I give this 2 thumbs down. There we go. Fuck that shit. And then last piece of news, Scream 8 is officially moving forward. They got a new writing team, the Zuckerman sisters. They wrote and co-executive produced some episodes of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., Suits, Fringe, Prodigal Son. I give this a thumbs up.
I was thinking thumbs down because I don't care. But,
you won't see it.
But you know what? Thumbs up for the franchise.
Okay. Are you thumbs up for me? You're happy for me?
Sure.
So I get to watch this. So
sure.
Well, that is thumbs up, thumbs down, guys. Subscribe if you haven't already. And check out, if you're watching this on TikTok, go to YouTube or Spotify, check out the full podcast. Because if you think you're offended now, wait till you see the rest of this shit. So Adrian, I have
was that a spoiler alert?
Yes, yeah. Oh yeah. I'm trying to get through this because I got some TikTok comments this week, dude. Holy shit.
Did you?
Oh yeah, I got some shit.
I know.
Some people need to be fucking slapped around, Adrian.
Lovely.
They're acting up. Something else that's lovely though is this next segment. The segment that is named Who the Fuck Is?
Okay.
Who the fuck is Thanos, you ask? Okay. Because everyone thinks they know Thanos because they've seen him in Infinity War now, right? I know Thanos. He's gonna snap and do that. And I think Thanos is a character that they've done a phenomenal job with, right? Introducing him to the masses. Because, you said this before, like, if you weren't like a straight, I forget the word you used, but you're a comic freaking expert, you probably didn't really know who Thanos was when he was introduced into the MCU.
Correct.
Right? Like, you heard of him? Did you know a whole lot about him at that point? No. And some people did, but we're talking like guys that read a comic. They fucking read everything.
Right.
I heard of him. I had no idea. And I knew the whole snap thing. I didn't know the extent of his power set. That's the story everybody goes to, right? Oh, he snaps and kills half the universe. Okay. I think Marvel did a great job. Josh Brolin did a great job as Thanos. But like every other character we see on screen, the comic version is usually a lot more powerful, a lot more dynamic, a lot more depth there. So we are going to talk about that. We'll talk a little bit about the MCU one, But here we go. Who the fuck is Thanos? If you ever ask that question, you're going to get your motherfucking answer right now. So in the movies, they tell us that he's a guy who's trying to save the universe from starving, right? You know, it's too everyone's eating up all the food. Let's just kill half the people. We got more food.
Right.
Like, why don't you just make more food? You know what I mean? Like, imagine like you had someone over for dinner and you thought it was going to be like 4 people, but then like 8 showed up.
Right.
And instead of getting more food, you were like, oh, we're just have to fucking kill half the people here so we have enough food. Like, it sounds wacky, right? When you put it that way. But the comics, he is a mutant god who dissected his own mother.
Damn.
Yes. Upgraded his own biology to take a punch from Galactus and murdered half of the universe just to get a date. So that's summing him up. Now, he was born on Titan. Titan is a moon of Saturn colonized by the Eternals. The Eternals are essentially immortal godlike beings. Now, in the MCU, they made him fucking androids. Like, oh, look, he's not even a god. He's just a robot. How stupid are we? But in the comics, it's not stupid like that. They're actually godlike. You know, they're beautiful humans too, like the peak, like most amazing looking people. Thanos is an Eternal. He is a Celestial, but he was born with the Deviant syndrome. That's why he's massive, purple, and has the ball sack chin. That's all, you know, deviant shit. How about this shit? His mom, the moment Thanos was born, his mom, Sui-san, looked into his eyes, saw that pure fucking death, and immediately tried to stab him with a scalpel.
Damn.
Like the minute he's born and shit. So his father, mentor, stopped her, and they did what they do with women when they do shit. They put her in an institution.
Wow. That's worse than the Anunnaki shit.
Exactly. So
at least the Anunnaki gave their children, you know, several thousand years to fuck up.
Right.
But damn, immediately.
Immediately. No, fuck you. So now he wasn't born evil. As a child, he was considered a pacifist. He was a brilliant artist. He was a scientist. He was obsessed with finding out, why do I look all fucked up? Like, I mean, think about this. You're born into this family of Eternals.
Right.
They're all these beautiful ass people, and you look like Grimace with nuts on your chin.
Yes.
You'd be like, why do I look like this, right?
Yeah.
You know, so he's trying to figure that shit out. And his obsession turned dark, and he pulled a Jeffrey Dahmer. He started dissecting animals. It's wild. What else are you gonna do, right? Then that escalated. He eventually kidnapped and dissected his own mother to study her genetics.
Like, it was her fault.
Yeah, like, let me see what's going on here. And that was when, I guess, Thanos turned from the scientist to the Mad Titan, okay? But let's talk about the Celestials. You mentioned Anunnaki. All right, so to understand what a deviant is, we got to go back millions of years. Now, I know we think we've only been around for like 2,000. Well, some of us do. But millions of years ago, there were these giant space gods known as the Celestials, okay? They visited Earth, and they experimented on early apes. I wonder what this is based on. They created 3 evolutionary branches: humans, the Eternals, and the Deviants. Humans were the baseline. No immediate powers, but vast, unpredictable genetic potential, which eventually led to the X gene in mutants, okay? Because that was, in the comics, that's human evolution, right? The Eternals, they were the perfect draft. They were immortal, beautiful. They channeled cosmic energy effortlessly. They were perfect, but their DNA was stagnant. They didn't evolve or change. They just made them peak. The Deviants were their failed draft. The DNA was unstable. Every deviant was born looking different, often monstrous, asymmetrical, terrifying. I mean, they're fucked up. They are mortal and constantly mutating. All right, so that's what these Celestials. Sounds a lot like Anunnaki, though, right?
I don't know. Sounds like the mom did some dipping.
Yes. So we're gonna get to why, because it sounds like your question is, why the fuck is Thanos looking like this if everyone around him's beautiful? You know, that's like being Rob Kardashian in the Kardashian family. You got all these even the mom, even your dad is a woman now,
right?
And you're you. You know, sorry, no, if I don't know Rob Kardashian, I don't know none of them, but I think that's probably the Thanos is the Rob Kardashian of his family.
Well, just don't make a video about Rob.
I won't do that. So Thanos' parents, Mentor and Sui-san, they were flawless, dude. They're beautiful Eternals. Oh my God, look at them. His brother, Eros, Star Fox, fucking great. He looks like a Greek god. Thanos is born looking like this purple piece of shit. He had a 1 in a billion genetic mutation called the deviant syndrome. So no, his mom wasn't fucking a deviant. But because they have this in their genome, he was born with it. It activated. So he's an Eternal who carries some DNA of a deviant. It's the comic equivalent to two supermodels giving birth to a gargoyle. Batman Returns, remember you had this beautiful family, these rich people, and then the fucking penguin's born?
Yeah.
It's some shit like that. So,
Damn.
All right, what does the gene do? It doesn't just make Thanos ugly. That's part of it. But it also makes him the most powerful being his race has ever produced. So you get some good with the bad, right?
Sure.
You look like a purple piece of shit, but you're stronger than everyone around you. It's a good trade-off.
Well, he didn't think so.
No. But it gave him the best traits of both evolutionary branches outside of the looks, right? So he is technically an Eternal. He is immortal. He is immune to all terrestrial diseases, so he's not going to get the flu or anything like that. He has innate ability to absorb and project cosmic energy. That's something we didn't see in any of these movies. The deviant gene essentially removed the cap on his Eternal powers.
Damn.
Yes. So while normal Eternals, they kind of have a set limit to their strengths and shit like that, their cosmic abilities, the unstable deviant DNA gave him this freakish amplification, no cap. So you could almost, sounds like he's like an Omega level Eternal.
So he's like the Thor of the Eternals.
Yes.
Where, Asgardians, they're strong, but they're not Thor strong.
Right. So the physical buff he got, it mutated his muscle density and cellular structure to just extreme amounts. A normal Eternal's pretty strong, but Thanos was born with strength that rivals Hulk right out of the womb. His hide became dense enough to deflect energy weapons that would vaporize a normal Eternal. So he's more durable, fucking stronger, bigger, uglier. And his DNA, the deviant DNA is always adapting, so his body absorbs ambient cosmic energy faster and more efficiently than anyone else on Titan. That's what allowed him to survive his own, you know how he did these bionic upgrades to Gamora and Nebula? He's done the same shit to himself.
Right.
He's upgraded his body as well. So not only base Thanos is stronger than fucking everyone around him, and then he also updated his body as he got older and evolved to get even stronger.
It's interesting. He has like this Dr. Doom thing where, Doom has the money resources to change his face, but he doesn't.
Right.
So Thanos, he could have got rid of that nutsack on his chin.
Sure.
But he didn't as part of his mods, right?
Yep. So again, he's bigger and stronger than the Eternals. So he really, dude, the stones were just like fucking icing on the cake. He didn't need the stones to conquer and beat most motherfuckers up.
Well, he needed the stones to do what he wanted to do.
Correct.
He could have individually went around and slaughtered
Sure, yeah,
people.
he could have done that too.
I'm sure at some point he's done that. Conquered a couple worlds, so on and so forth. But the stones are clean and instant.
But I think sometimes people think there's, Thanos without the stones is, not that powerful.
Right.
Like, oh no, dude, without the stones, he's a problem.
Right, exactly.
The Avengers would have still had they would have still had a tough time with this motherfucker with no stones. He's also a biohacker. He uses alien science and dark magic. That's how he enhanced his own biology. He really has made himself pretty much indestructible unless you're fucking with God Emperor Doom. That's different. He's, we've seen him whoop the Hulk's ass. That's also happened in the comics. In the comics, dude, he's beaten Silver Surfer to a bloody pulp with his bare hands.
Damn.
Now, Silver Surfer, did you do a hidden gem on Silver Surfer? Or did we just talk about the power set when we did the Fantastic Four stuff? I can't remember.
I think we just talked about it.
I think we just talked about it. But you understand his power set.
Yeah.
So for Thanos to beat him to a bloody pulp with his bare hands, holy shit. He's taken the full power cosmic blast from Odin we talked about Odin when we started this, who the fuck is,
right?
And we understand how powerful that Odin force is. Full cosmic blast from Odin and Galactus, staying on his feet, smiling. Holy shit, dude. His skin's practically invulnerable to physical and energy attacks. We talked about the cosmic energy. So he can project massive blasts from his eyes and hands. These blasts are strong enough to knock Galactus off his feet and destroy entire planets. We didn't see any of that in the MCU.
That's some is it Apocalypse?
I think so.
Yeah, Apocalypse with the beam eyes and shit.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy, dude. Telepathy and psychic defense. He's immune to mind control. So Moondragon and Mantis have tried to enter his mind, and it literally caused them physical pain because his mind's so chaotic and dark. He once had a psychic battle with Galactus and held his own. He's also, believe it or not, he's a super genius. You know, everyone is, right?
Oh, sure.
Yeah, so his brain is more dangerous than his fist, if you could believe that. He's a super genius who rivals Reed and Doctor Doom. He invented time travel technology, teleportation arrays, and created the Thanos eye, clones of himself mixed with DNAs of heroes like Iron Man and Galactus just for fun. He is a fucking mad scientist. Right.
I mean, who's worse, him or the High Evolutionary?
Dude, he's up. I think the High Evolution's probably done more of it.
Right.
But imagine these two teaming up.
Fucking smarter than Reed?
Yeah.
Damn.
And then add Sinister to the mix, and you got a fucking trio of mad scientists.
Right. Ooh, hidden gem.
Oh shit.
It's not a just it's I thought Sinister was bad.
Oh, you got someone worse than Sinister. Are you finally doing Donald Trump? Is that our hidden gem?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Sue their asses. The fuck out of here.
Lady Death. This is one of the biggest differences between comic Thanos and MCU. And this is why I say Infinity War, the movie, did a much better job with the story. Because in the comics, he's just trying to fucking impress Death. So, but he met Death as a teenager. So there was this girl in his class, mysterious girl. She's all emo and shit, you know.
Wait a minute. What kind of class you going to? Think about 16 chairs in a room. So you have to have a teacher if you got a class, right? Mm-hmm. You're Thanos and you got fucking Death.
Yep.
Sitting next to you.
Well, it was just a mysterious girl in the beginning, and she encouraged him to explore his dark side. She actually convinced him to dissect his mother.
Oh, wow.
They say you got to be careful who you surround yourself with, who you pick as your friends, right?
Apparently.
And then years later, though, she revealed her true form. She was the physical, cosmic embodiment of Death itself. So he's the ultimate simp, dude. He's fucking shit. She rizzed him up. He fell madly in love with her. Oh my God, Death, you're so amazing. And
so that's a trio, right?
Yeah.
Thanos, Death, and Deadpool.
Oh yeah. Yep.
It's like Jean, Scott, and Logan.
Right. The problem for them though is Death is a cosmic abstract. She don't do romance, dude.
Right.
It's just not. You have no shot. Thanos decided the only way to win her heart was to give her the greatest gift possible: corpses. So he started by bombing his home world. So he's bombing Titan, killing millions, even his family. Death was like, I'm not impressed by that bullshit. I mean, people do that all the time. You do something better, you know? So he built an armada and started wiping out entire star systems, and she still wouldn't even talk to him. She left him on red, dude. It's like, who cares? A star system? Darth Vader does that all the time. So the thing is, Thanos is doing these things for Death, and Death never loves him back, Adrian. At one point, he angers her so much that she permanently bans him from her realm. She don't want to see him anymore. She essentially cures him with true immortality, meaning no matter how much he wants to die to be with her, he's never allowed to cross over.
Wait a minute. That's bad when I'm Death, right? And my realm is this thing. Mm-hmm. And ultimately, everything will come to me.
Yes.
But you, motherfucker, I don't ever want to see you.
Nope.
Like, ever. So I'm going to give you immortality
Yep.
so that you never... Wow. Wow. You talk about rejection,
Shit, dude. At that point, bro, I mean, I'm big on, like, don't give up, you know? But at that point, you might read the writing on the wall, dude. Shit.
My God, read the room.
Seriously. All right, let's shift gears. Let's talk about the Infinity Gems. So in the comics, they're gems, not stones. Oh my God. And in the comics, Thanos went and got all these by himself. So in the movies, I mean, he collected some, but he had these armies going around. He did it not with power and war. He did it using his brain. We talked about him being a genius, right? So it started with the Soul Gem. So this individual, this cosmic entity called the In-Betweener. You ever heard of this dude? The In-Betweener.
Sounds familiar.
So he's a cosmic entity imprisoned by Lord Chaos and Master Order. Thanos visits his prison and promises to free him. Thanos figures out how to break the magical cage, but the second the In-Betweener is free, Thanos reveals that he didn't actually help him escape. He just moved the boundaries of the prison. And while the In-Betweener is confused and distracted, Thanos stole the gem and just left him in prison.
Wow.
So he went to his cell. I'm going to free you. He just expands the walls. Guy thinks he's free, steals the gem. Okay, that's one. The Power Gem, the champion of the universe. You ever heard of this fucking dude? The champion? He's a massive immortal brawler who loves hand-to-hand combat. I never heard of this bitch.
I have heard of him.
Okay.
Oh, this is like the 80s or some shit.
Well, Thanos knows he can't beat him in a pure fist fight, so it's a badass dude, right?
So he's... I don't want to say he's kind of like he's like Lobo.
Yep. But
he's one of those that goes around looking for to fight the ultimate.
Okay.
I think he's like bald with a fucking ponytail sticking out the back of his head or some shit.
Yep.
And he's just this massive brute and he goes around fucking people up for fun.
Thanos goads him into a brawl.
Or maybe it's DC. I don't know. Either way.
You know, it sounds good. I like it. Yeah. So he goads him into a brawl on a fragile planet, and he don't go blow for blow with him. He's dodging his strikes. He dodges them until the champion gets so angry, he punches the ground with full force, shattering the entire planet, okay?
Of course.
So now champion's floating helplessly in the vacuum of space. He is immortal, but he has no leverage to move. Thanos pulls up with his ship, offers him a ride to a nearby planet in exchange for the gem. So he gets that one. So now he's got the Soul Gem, the Power Gem.
Yeah.
Then the Time Gem. Okay. Yep. Well, he's out there floating in space. The Time Gem, the Gardener. The Gardener is a peaceful elder of the universe who uses the Time Gem to grow a perfect, beautiful cosmic garden. Thanos doesn't try to fight him. He uses the Power Gem he just stole to override the gardener's control, causing the gardener's own beloved plants to rapidly overgrow and strangle him to death. And then he gets a Time Gem. So now he's got 3 of them. Okay. Then we got 3 more. The Space Gem, Reality Gem, Mind Gem. The Space Gem, the Runner has it. The Runner, you ever heard of this dude? The fastest being in the universe? Thanos used his newly acquired Time Gem to artificially age the Runner into a frail 1,000-year-old man. The Runner just collapses.
Wow.
And he takes the Space Gem. Then he reverses the time flow, turning the Runner into an infant. Then we got the Reality Gem, the Collector. We all know the Collector. He hoards rare items. He possesses the Reality Gem, but he thinks it's just a useless piece of glass because he doesn't know how to activate it. So Thanos shows up and offers a trade. He's going to give the Collector a one-of-a-kind infant elder of the universe, the baby Runner that he just turned in, the Runner he turned into an infant. He gives this to the Collector. The Collector agrees. He hands him the Reality Gem. Once that happens, the Time Gem spell wears off. The Runner returns to his adult age and immediately starts beating the shit out of the Collector. Thanos laughs and walks away.
Wow.
And then the last one, the Mind Gem, the Grand Master. We all know the Grand Master. He's an ultimate gamer in the comics. He knows Thanos is coming and he challenges him to a virtual reality game for the final gem. Thanos accepts. The game is really close. The Grand Master actually wins. But Grand Master's celebrating his win, and then he realizes that he wasn't actually playing Thanos. He was playing a programmed robotic clone of Thanos. While the Grandmaster was distracted by the game, the real Thanos just walked into the vault and stole the mind gem. So this is fun. That would be a fucking great like mini series on Disney Plus of Thanos going around scooping up these gems.
Right.
And like we talked about, I mean, he became the ultimate god with the Infinity Gauntlet. The snap wipes out half the universe, and he does it just to build a shrine to for Lady Death. Does it just to see her smile, and spoiler, she still ignores him, so he killed all these people for nothing. Yes, so that is the motherfucking comic. Read a comic. That's the comic Thanos, Adrian.
Nice.
That's who the fuck he is.
Nice.
What do you think about Thanos?
Pitiful, actually.
Yeah.
He's pretty pitiful.
Yes. Yeah, he's pretty pitiful and crazy powerful and
Right.
fucking whack, dude. Holy shit. So anyways.
Yeah, the D students got all the power, dude.
Absolutely. I know I'm not fucking with comic Thanos, though. I'm good,
Right.
dude. You fucking shit. So moving on. Speaking of Thanos, speaking of the MCU, our road to Doomsday. We're heavy on this road, Adrian. This past week, the movie of the week, unfortunately, was Ant-Man. Now, I say unfortunately, it's not a bad movie.
No.
It's not a great movie.
It's a playful movie.
Yes, it is a playful movie. It was fun. But I think coming up after Age of Ultron and right before Civil War, it was like an unnecessary speed bump. I mean, it really was just to introduce Scott Lang so he can be in Civil War. So maybe it wasn't unnecessary. I don't know.
See, you being unfair. You're the critic watching a child's movie.
True. Yes.
You gotta appreciate Ant-Man for what it is.
Well,
and it is not all the other Marvel shits.
But it is the best of the Ant-Man movies, the first one.
Yeah, it is.
And I think my biggest issue, actually, I'll get to that at the end. I got something for you, Adrian. So this right after Age of Ultron, we had this, world-ending stakes, Sokovia, the city's flying. Oh my God, the city's floating. There's robots. I got a bow and arrow. They destroy. There's some. They're wrecking shit in that movie.
Sure.
To the point where there's a scene in this movie where Scott Lang, when he first hears about the plan from Hank Pym, he's like, dude, why don't you just call the Avengers? Like, this is like some crazy shit you want me to do? And he said, well, they're too busy dropping cities out of the sky. There's a massive change to Hank Pym and Janet Van Dyne in this movie. I don't know about you, Adrian, but I'm used to Hank Pym being in the mix with Tony Stark,
sure,
Bruce Banner, Reed Richards. He's one of those guys.
Right. He's also that same age level, but in the movies they made
someone's grandfather.
Yeah, exactly.
The fuck we doing with Old Man River over here? Fucking Pepperidge Farm guy. Shit.
Not the Pepperidge Farm.
Fuck are we doing here? Why is Hank so old? He knows Tony's dad. I don't give a fuck about that. I don't have a lot of experience with Scott Lang in the comics. Do you?
No.
Because
also Janet is the model for Jocasta.
Right.
Not this old creepy ass chick that comes out of some little microverse.
Sure. So I think you're getting that. You're probably understanding some of my issue with the movie.
Yeah,
but we'll get to that later. So the production of this movie was a shit show. Originally, Edgar Wright. He's the director of Shaun of the Dead. He was hired to write and direct Ant-Man in 2006, bro. 2 years before Iron Man came out. He worked on it for 8 years. And then in 2014, right before filming, he left over creative differences. He wanted to create a standalone heist movie, and Marvel wanted to connect it to the MCU. I mean, hello? Like, bro, this ain't your fucking, your art school project, bro. This is you're building something that's part of a wider universe.
Right.
So Peyton Reed stepped in with only weeks to prepare and took over. So even though Wright left, I guess a lot of the stuff in this movie, like, remember the character Lewis, how he tells these stories? Like, he gives you every fucking detail. My cousin was saying this to this one.
Right.
That was, I guess, stuff from him. The editing of the heist in this movie really was his style. So they used a lot of that. But the new director came in and finished up the movie because, this guy wanted to do his own thing.
Right.
The movie also did a great job of de-aging. Because this is something that in movies at this point they weren't great at.
Right.
Like, remember when they de-aged Charles Xavier and Magneto in X-Men 3 in the beginning, and their face, it's like that uncanny valley shit. Like, what is happening here? The face looked like mud. When they de-aged Michael Douglas in the beginning of the movie, dude, that was phenomenal. Like, you couldn't tell.
Right.
And they aged up. They don't talk about this much, Peggy Carter. Because remember, they did a flashback. It was like, I forget the era of the flashback. Maybe it was the 80s or something. So Hank Pym looks like a Hank Pym we would know in the comics. And then Peggy, who's from Cap's era, is now an older lady. And you see that actress, and they did a great job of aging her up. So the VX on this, it was 1989 was that beginning scene. The budget for this movie was $130 million, so one of the cheaper Marvel movies at the time. Box office, it did $519. It's probably a hit for them, right? $130, $519 on Ant-Man.
Right.
And it's just, Scott Langland that no one's ever fucking heard of. Some cool scenes in here, the training montage when Scott's learning, how to shrink. And he pops through the keyhole and all that. Right. The stuff with the ants kind of reminded me of, I know you've seen this, Honey, I Shrunk the Kids.
Yes.
It's kind of like Marvel's Honey, I Shrunk the Kids almost. Like,
sure.
Some of that stuff was really cool with the ant, like seeing a smaller, tiny little person. When he first gets the suit and he's running in the bathtub and the tile, he's slipping through the floor. And of course, there's a big, DJ party right underneath their apartment for some reason.
Sure.
The Falcon fight. So this was a huge MCU connection that the original director, Edgar Wright, didn't want, which really sets up their connection in Civil War. So you need to have that in this movie. Because the whole point of this movie was to introduce, in my opinion, Ant-Man to the MCU.
Sure.
Wasn't to build a fucking Ant-Man franchise, which they did. They made 3 movies, 2 decent, 1 shitty. So Edgar Wright didn't want that. But that scene with Scott breaking into the new Avengers facility and, fighting Sam Wilson, I think it was a great way to display, how important an Ant-Man character could be.
Right.
Because initially you think, well, he just turns into a fucking ant. What can he actually do for the event? I mean, we have a god, Thor, we have Hulk. We need this little motherfucker. But it's a lot more than just shrinking down.
Sure.
Which we're going to talk about on other stuff, the Ant-Man power set. The final fight in the bedroom, Ant-Man and Yellow Jacket in Cassie's room. I thought that was cool, man, with the Thomas the Tank engine and all that shit. At 1 minute it's like world-ending shit, and then next thing you know, it's just a little toy.
Right.
I thought that was cool. There's some Easter eggs in this, dude. There's a scene where Darren, who ends up becoming fucking Murdock in Ant-Man 3, holy shit. He's showing off the Yellow Jacket. So, the premise of this movie is Darren has taken over Pym Industries, and he's trying to figure out, recreate Pym particles.
Sure.
Because Hank Pym's like, no one's getting this shit. I'm out. And what he wants to do with it is sell these Yellow Jacket suits to buyers and then be the provider with the Pym particles so that these guys can have suits for their military. Right, weapons, and he can be, the benefactor of this.
Sure.
One of the guys that there's a scene where he's just showing off the jacket to buyers. One of them has the 10 rings tattoo, so this kind of connects all the way back to Iron Man. And then one of the other ones was a high-ranking SHIELD trader. They also set up a lot with this movie that you don't realize at the time. So the original Wasp, Janet Van Dyne, we find out that she's not really dead. She's in the quantum realm. She went subtonic and couldn't return. So Hank thinks she's dead, but we don't really know. So it sets up the second movie where they do actually go to the quantum realm and find her, because in the end battle, this part was cool. When Ant-Man's fighting Yellow Jacket, he tries to break open his, the suit in the back. And the guy's like, dude, it's titanium, you dumbass. So Ant-Man remembers, or Scott remembers Hank telling him about going subatomic to get through. Subatomic, that too. And he warns him because he said that's how we lost,
Right.
So he thinks he's done. He's like, fuck it, I got to do this. His daughter's in the room, fucking Yellow Jacket zapping. Oh my God. So he fucking goes subatomic, and he's up in his suit destroying shit, right? That's a cool, there's some cool visuals in this movie. Sure. I will say, as much as I was trying to take a big dump on this, Adrian, it was an enjoyable watch. I can't lie.
I actually haven't seen it yet.
You haven't seen the first Ant-Man?
Oh, I saw the first one, yeah.
No, I'm talking about the first one.
Oh, okay.
Oh no, the third one. I'll be willing to bet that on the third one, when I see that, I'm not gonna have the same fucking feeling as I did with this one, because that one was a big piece of shit. So anyways, that part was cool, and then but that sets up the second one and the third one, and it sets up Endgame, because Scott goes subatomic to this dimension, which we learn is the quantum realm, where space and time are irrelevant. So it sets up two things. The second movie where they go find Janet, spoiler if you've not seen it, and then it also sets up in Endgame how they use the quantum realm for time travel.
Sure.
So this is a very important movie. You don't even realize it.
Well, what it doesn't set up is the introduction of the Micronauts, which they could do.
Okay.
The Microverse. That was a hidden gem.
Yeah, you talked about that a while back. Yep. They introduced Cassie Lang, who eventually becomes Stature in the comics. And I mean, I don't know, they don't call her that in Ant-Man 3, but she does use the suit and shit. And then it also sets up Scott joining Team Cap in Civil War, because he's now has that connection to Falcon. You know, when they talk about, there's a scene where Sam's like, I know a guy, which leads right into Scott Lang. So, dude, all in all, I'll be honest, it was a fun watch. You know, I was kind of dreading it coming off of, Age of Ultron, which is a big movie, Avengers. Oh my God, look at Ultron, the city, oh my God. And this is more of a, small scale, but it's a fun movie. It is, again, my favorite of the Ant-Man movies. There were a couple post-credit scenes, a mid-credit scene where Hank finally gives Hope the new Wasp suit. So she's now setting up the second movie where she becomes Wasp. It was a suit that him and her mom created, and she never got to use it.
Boy, she fucking kicked ass with that suit.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. She was so much better at that shit than Scott.
Absolutely. Absolutely. She's a beast, Hope. And then the post-credit scene is actually a scene right out of Civil War where Sam and Cap finally find Bucky. Remember, they got the vice on his fucking arm,
right?
Which he could probably easily just lift that up, right? Now they're looking back on that. I mean, he's a fucking super soldier. Couldn't he easily just break the vice, or no?
No, I don't think so.
No? Okay. And they mention in there that, we can't go to Tony because of the Accords and all this. And that's when Sam goes, I know a guy. And at the end of this movie, what's his name? What the fuck's his friend who fucking talks crazy fast? Hold on, where is it? Blah, blah, blah. Oh, Lewis. Lewis tells him about another mission, which is actually this Civil War. So it all connects to Civil War. So yeah, dude, I liked it. I liked rewatching it. This is probably the first time I've seen this movie since it came out. It's not one I rewatch on the regular,
right?
But it was fun. So that was our movie on this week's Road to Doomsday. And before I tell you my main issue, I think you already know it. Next week's movie is one of my all-time favorite movies, dude. Captain America: Civil War. This is a movie that, this shakes the whole Marvel universe, dude. A fucking Cap versus Iron Man. I remember this on, back in the old Twitter days. Who are you? Team Cap, Team Iron Man. I'm Team Cap. I'm Team Iron Man. Oh my God. So anyways, I'm Team Hank Pym over Scott Lang.
Yes.
That's my issue with this movie.
Right.
Movie's a fun movie. But because I do read a comic, Adrian, believe it or not, I know some people don't think that I've ever read a comic, but I have actually. And when I read a comic, I see Hank Pym in most of these Marvel stories. Right. And he is a interesting character, dude. Yeah. He's a guy, he's got a lot of issues. Grew up, I don't know if I think his dad was an alcoholic. And then I think even he became one, maybe. He had a rocky ass relationship with Janet. I mean, they've been together, divorced, whatever. He's been abusive. I mean, he's a fucking dynamic, interesting, fucked up character.
Right.
And the fact that, Scott Lang he's the fun guy, right? He's the good guy. He got caught up. He's a thief, but he's trying to do good this day. It's cool. I think Paul Rudd did a great job of playing Scott Lang.
Absolutely.
I think that's probably one of those, it's almost like the Ryan Reynolds thing. Like, yeah, Deadpool was cool, but I don't know that Deadpool is anybody's favorite comic character.
Right.
But Ryan Reynolds came in and took that shit to the next level.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that you can say the same here with Paul Rudd. Paul Rudd made this Scott Lang likable.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
And Michael Douglas did not make this Hank Pym likable.
Mm.
That's my, here's my, you know, we used to do fucking, did they cook or whatever? Did fucking Michael Douglas cook as Hank Pym?
No.
Hell fucking no.
Yeah, but he's also the older.
True.
I mean, there's really nothing. I mean, the only thing that he can offer this whole thing is the knowledge of the Pym articles. I mean, he's not really going to be doing any action shit.
No, but he also acted like a little bitch the whole movie. And I'm like, I don't remember Hank Pym ever being a little bitch in the comics. He's kind of an asshole. So that ain't my biggest issue with this movie. Is not even this movie. It's just the fact that the decision of not focusing on Hank Pym because of how integral. I mean, dude, he's one of the in the comics. He's a founding member of the Avengers.
Right. They could have did so much more. And I understand, you know, the microverse thing and how that played a role later on, and you know, Janet coming out and healing Ghost and all this other kind of shit. But they wrote that for that specific thing.
Correct.
And you know, but the real travesty is that they put Hank Pym out of sync with the rest of the Avengers. Shit.
Right. The fucking Grandpa Hank over here and
Right.
shit. We never got to see regular fucking Hank. What the fuck is going on, Adrian? Or goings on, as my man Bernie Mac would say.
You got to throw a motherfucker in there.
Motherfucker. I gotta watch that just for that. I mean, talking about that word, holy shit, bro. Bernie Mac teaches you every possible fucking use. So, well, you know, we're making good time today because last week I didn't get to read many comments, Adrian, and I think I let some of our viewers down. But this week we got time, and also I'm gonna pull up some TikTok comments because some of these motherfuckers, holy fucking shit, dude. Like, what the, you know, you think you know someone, Adrian. But this is a segment we call We Respond. You comment, we motherfucking respond. So what do we have? And this is, you're new with us. None of this is planned. I've read all these comments throughout the week, but I don't, you know, structure. So I just go through them and read shit and we talk. You know,
Right.
so we're kind of an off the cuff kind of show here, Adrian. So my man Concrete Comments. Oh, I remember Concrete Comments was on the live last night, and it's actually Jay Shot It. Remember Jay Shot It?
Yeah.
So he's an intern. Shout out. He says, AWOB brothers. Well, AWOB Jay. Jay Shot It here. I finally changed my name to match my new brand, Concrete Comics. I like that, dude. Concrete Comics. I don't know what your brand
Comics
is.
or comments?
Comics.
Okay.
Yeah,
Nice.
so he's got a new brand, Concrete Comics. Oh, yeah, say that 5 times fast. But Friday Live was dope. Oh, yeah, he just dropped this a few hours ago. And yes, us New England people have about 17 Dunkin' Donuts per town. Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Age of Ultron, in my opinion, is underrated and super rewatchable. Yes, it is. Daredevil episodes 2 and 3 were great. The scene where he breaks everyone out had my jaw on the floor. Oh, my God. Which we're going to talk about right after this. Luke Cage and Iron Fist were spot. Yes, we saw that on season 3. So we're getting the return of the Defenders. Iron Fist needs redemption.
Yeah,
it's looking like Luke Cage is going to possibly be the mayor, like in the comics. Oh shit, that is true. He does become the mayor in I think is it Devil's Reign, maybe. But most recent episode of Invincible was one of the best. Dude, I almost made it through alive last night without someone asking. It was like, dude, I was about, we had like 10 minutes left. And someone fucking asked me, God. And he says, I was wondering if Adrian's been keeping up. You been keeping up with Invincible, the new season?
Yes.
Okay. What do you think so far?
I like it.
Okay.
I like it. Eve is going through some shit.
Oh,
well,
shit.
Come to find out, if you haven't watched it, she's pregnant. So that's
Damn.
affecting her shit, right?
Oh,
so that's
shit.
interesting.
Okay. He says day 427 of trying to get Mike to watch it. Hidden gem suggestion, Adrian. Conquest from Invincible. And then who the fuck suggestion, Moon Knight. That's a good one because some of us saw Moon Knight. Some of us did not. But Moon Knight's someone that I think incorrectly gets just compared to Batman. He's you know, Marvel's Batman. Like, I don't think he is. No. I think Daredevil's Marvel's Batman, the closest thing to a Batman character.
Sure.
But why? Because he fucking has a cape and jumps on rooftops? Batman doesn't have 8 personalities. He's not possessed by a fucking god. Fuck are y'all talking about? Anyways, Trey Turner says, this ain't just the best comic podcast. It's the best motherfucking podcast out there. Yes. Y'all got another fan here in Canada. Okay, shout out to Canada. Keep up the great work, fellas. Adrian. Now, he's new, so this next question he's going to ask is, can you do a hidden gem on Beta Ray Bill? But I'm going to tell him you already did.
Already did it.
Yes. House of Cow Teat says, you don't have to respond on the pod, but I'm curious if an intern on YouTube, if I'm an intern on YouTube but I comment on Spotify, will you still respond, or is there a way to be an intern on Spotify as well? So, here's, I guess I'm going to counter this with a question to y'all. So there is the option. I know some people prefer to watch this on Spotify, which I get. Some people like different apps, right? The internship right now is only on YouTube, but I do have the ability to create a subscription on Spotify, so I can put other stuff there, and you can just cancel your YouTube subscription and do it there. So I'm just putting that out there. If there are interns that prefer Spotify, if that is something y'all would be interested in, it would be the same. You get the same shit. You'd get the same podcast, same price, but I can set it up on Spotify as well. I just don't want to do it if nobody gives a fuck.
Right.
But I get some of y'all prefer. So let me know. Drop me some comments on that if y'all would prefer the subscription on Spotify. I mean, the YouTube one would still be here, but you could cancel this one and just move it over there.
Yeah, but I mean, it's got to be like a minimum, right? I mean,
what?
Would you turn it on for one person? Or 3 people?
Oh, no. I mean, shit,
10,
a couple, dude. Fucking 3 or 4, I'd be like, yeah, sure. Fuck it. Why not? You know? Captain Canada, speaking of Canada, AWOB boys, let's fucking go. Daredevil season 2 has been a chef's kiss. Yes. Don't mess with Alan Richardson. No, don't fuck with him. And he goes, yes, I'll join the road to Doomsday after Ant-Man. That's where he fell off. Oh, yeah, because he started his own watch and fell off after Ant-Man. So giddy up. You got Civil War next week or this week. Thanks for doing my hidden gem suggestion of Alpha motherfucking Flight, Adrian. We definitely need live action Alpha Flight. Yes, we do. Can't wait to see the Rita comic shirt. Oh, it's coming, dude. It is fucking coming. LB says, AWOB to the OCU, the only comics unks. Yes. Gotta say, a big fan. As a big fan of a Disney glazer that I am, they tend to make some of the dumbest motherfucking decisions when it comes to properties they choose to make live action trash. Right. Absolutely. Why not pick a franchise that could actually use a resurgence? Atlantis, The Lost Empire, Treasure Planet, Princess and the Frog. Yeah, exactly. Why are you taking an animated movie that's been crazy successful and we just had it and then remake it in live action like 3 years later?
Right.
Take some, like The Jungle Book, in my opinion, is their best live action recreation.
Sure.
Because I like the original animated movie. But I'm not stupid. It's not on par with like Lion King and I watched it a lot when I was like in elementary school. But the live action version is not a direct recreation. It's a different story. It hits a lot of the same beats, but that is a phenomenal live action movie. And then they fucking, as you would say, screw the pooch with all these other ones. So we got Doodly Bop. Okay, another intern. I definitely think the editing in Age of Ultron hurt them. Oh, come on, dude. It's editing. Come on, bro. The Thor cave scene was super random and they had no explanation or even follow-up. Well, they introduced the stones there. I always hoped they would make an extended version to include whatever we missed around that. Still prefer the first Avengers to Ultron, but it's definitely a better watch now knowing all the things it sets up. Yeah. DJ Super Soldier. AWOB, my guys, I've done some research. So, I said that I would assume that Spider-Man No Way Home did more at the box office than the entire Sony fucking travesty. So he did the math for us. So Morbius did an amazing 167 million total. Wow. Fucking Mario Galaxy did that in his first weekend. Madam Web did 100 million. Craven did 62 million. So that's 329 million with those movies. Now, if you add in the Venom trilogy did 1.8 billion. All 3 movies. If you add all that up, you got 2.17 billion worldwide. And then Spider-Man No Way Home did 1.9. So not quite, but pretty fucking close, dude. Holy shit.
Close enough.
And I bet if you add up the budgets of all these movies, they're way above No Way Home. Now, if you add in the other 2 Spider-Man movies, it's not even close.
Yeah.
Right? Because if this one did, fucking almost 2 billion, I think I think Far From Home, did over 1 billion, and the first one did like 700 or 800 million. So it's
a watch.
Here's the point is this. Sony, when you give the MCU Spider-Man, they do a lot better with it than you have.
Right.
So give them more fucking Spider-Man. Let him show up in Daredevil. Let him show up in the Punisher show. Stop fucking cock blocking Spider-Man from us.
There you go.
Everybody wants his cock. Well, no, they don't. Take that out. Nope.
Woo!
Yeah, you know. PhD of wrestling. They closed down the last Dunkin' in Montreal a few years ago. I missed those double chocolate donuts. Damn. Dude, I had to get some donuts. I'm a sucker for donuts, dude.
Right,
that's my go-to. Yeah.
I don't know, man. It's like
not theirs.
Besides the creamer, I think Dunkin' is making it. So I love they're just plain glazed donuts, right?
Dunkin's?
They're good. Even the old-fashioned ones. I like that. But they're glazed donuts. But now it just seems like, and even with my affection for their confection, I don't really eat donuts like that. Okay. I might eat a donut maybe once every 3 to 6 months.
Oh man,
you know?
I feel bad for you.
But the last time I bit into one, it was like, this is like Krispy Kreme shit. It's like they're moving away from the original stuff, which I always hate. You know?
Well, they always do that. They got to find a way to make it cheaper and make us more addicted to it.
Sure.
So they fucking weed out the ingredients and put a bunch of plastics and bullshit in there.
There you go.
And we're oh my God, I need a donut. But that is my when I'm snacking, Adrian, donuts are it's my weakness, dude. Yep. Like ice cream, shit like that. But I'd take a donut over a piece of cake, bro.
I'm not a dessert guy, so I'll do fruit over most shit.
Okay.
Really.
Yeah.
Like I don't typically eat desserts after dinner.
Yeah.
You know, but if I do, so my desserts are like vanilla ice cream in the house.
Okay.
Right? Just plain vanilla. I don't fuck with all that other shit.
Damn. You don't like coffee ice cream? Coffee ice cream's the go.
Coffee ice cream?
Oh, it's so
I
good.
never even heard of it.
What the?
Coffee ice cream is a flavor of ice cream?
Adrian, of all the things that you and I have said here, wow. Whew, I think that's like saying this. Martha! I don't even, you know what? Next guy can't even, Adrian.
Anyway.
Wow.
Moving on.
OG Turte says, what the neighbor didn't know was Alan Richardson had a body cam on. Exactly. I also like wearing a body cam. Alan, better than me, because that's what I call a free ass whooping. Oh, yeah, he went easy on him.
Yeah.
He could have fucked that dude up and no one would have batted an eye, except for some stupid fucking Karens. Devins, he's complaining, damn, man, y'all don't even read my comments when I'm an intern. The audacity, LO. He's just joking. But also, dude, I can't fucking read every comment. Now, read a comment. Just to play devil's advocate here, you keep saying, of course, Cap is back to end the saga he started. You could say they already ended the saga with the movie called Endgame. No, you can't. He lived a life, passed the torch, got old, said goodbye. I also hear you reading in your stupid people voice. So for the record, I don't care if he's in it or not. I'm just saying. Oh, so you're just saying some shit to try to piss me off that you don't even fucking care about. But Devin, and I like Devin. Devin shows up on the live a lot. I don't think Endgame ended the saga because the saga's still going. We're still in this same Avenger saga. You know, yes, you got the Infinity Saga, now you got the Multiverse Saga, but it's still the MCU. It's still the same shit. So the motherfuckers that started it need to come back to end it. So read a comic. House of Cow Teeth. This has got to be probably your favorite name, right?
Yeah,
of all of our interns. AWAB, is there an age difference before you can call someone an unk? If you are less than 10 years older, is it weird? Asking for a friend. I think like if I'm 40 and you're 39, you can't call me your unk. Like that's weird, right? Maybe, who knows? I just know that, you know, according to what people say on TikTok and YouTube, that when I turned 40, I became an unk. So I think that's the starting point, right? Is that fair? I don't know. But we're comic unks, and that just is what it is. He says, but anyways, Mike, I don't usually watch wrestling, but I stumbled across Obafemi. I've been doing his strut around the house. He seems badass. Gives me the Nigerian attitude of Booker T. Have you been following him at all? Him and Brock have some interesting shit going on. Yes, I have been following him at all. Dude, there's this guy. He's from Nigeria. He's new on the WWE roster. He was in the development NXT for a minute. Dude, this dude is like probably 6'4" or 5", probably fucking 280 pounds, jacked, dude. Like, it kind of like, you know, M'Baku from Black Panther?
Yeah.
Take him and turn him into a wrestler. That's what this motherfucker. And he's wrestling Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania. And these two have done a phenomenal job of selling this match. Brock's a big ass dude himself.
Right.
And he is like, in wrestling, they call it putting your opponent over. They're selling this match because Brock's known as this fucking monster. But when he's coming face to face with Obafemi now, he's selling the fear almost like, oh shit, this guy may have met my match type shit. So, no, great job. Yes, I have been following him, and I think it's the hottest rivalry in WWE right now. He also says, Age of Ultron is my favorite Avengers movie outside of Endgame and Infinity War, but I felt like the Hulk versus Iron Man fight should have been way more intense. A punch in the face should not have been enough to put down Hulk. I agree with that, especially after reading World War motherfucking Hulk, Justice for Hulk. Well, I mean, they neuter my boy, dude. You know how they do. Let's see. We got Manolo here on Spotify says, AWOP, fellas, some of these drivers forgot that the left lane is the fucking passing lane. You're goddamn right they did. That's my biggest issue with that shit. Bro, it's the passing lane. So get the fuck out of my way so I can pass you. That's how this shit works. God, he's trying to fucking get me all hot and bothered here, Adrian. And then Frank Borgado says, AWOP, Godzilla vs. Smog Monster. That movie was tripping. Which one was that? The Smog Monster. You see that one?
I'd have to go back. I haven't seen shit like that since the 70s and shit.
The Smog, yeah, because he's not in the newer ones, right? Unless I'm on crack here, dude. So we got some. I gotta find these because some of these motherfuckers. Dude.
No, I did. Somebody suggested that Godzilla Monarch. I have been watching that.
Okay. You like it?
Yeah, I do. It's pretty cool what they're doing.
Yeah.
But Smog Monster, I don't recall that.
No, I don't know that. So we got some TikTok comments, Adrian. This guy's name is I Love Your Wife. Okay.
Damn.
So we were talking about was Vision worthy, right?
Yeah.
This bitch here says this conversation shouldn't be this deep. You know,
what?
That's your fucking problem. Because if I want to sit here and talk about if Vision's worthy or where the Mind Stone came from and go back and forth, why the fuck not? Why not have some fucking fun with this shit? Let's remember what brought us all together here, Adrian. Mm-hmm. Years ago, some people drew some characters on the pages of a fucking comic book, and we started reading them, and we liked the stories they were telling.
Right.
And it became a whole reality, right? Mm-hmm. There's a whole universe, and we all subscribe to this idea that these characters exist. Here's their powers. Here's what they do. And we fucking get together once a week and break loose from all the bullshit out there, the fucking war, the gas prices, my mom's a bitch, my dad's stupid, whatever the fuck's happening. Maybe your wife left you and you're upset. I don't know.
Right.
But you know what? This conversation should be that fucking deep because that's what we come here to fucking do.
Wait a minute. What conversation shouldn't be that deep? The one about
Vision
worthy?
being worthy.
When you get my age, you kind of certain things don't even hit your radar, right?
Right.
And it's like shit like that. I wouldn't have thought anything about it because to me it's like it's not even worth the brain cell activity.
Yep. Well, I enjoy it. So
yeah.
Chewbacca says, I don't know how you guys deal with some of these comments. You deal with them just like that. You deal with them. Here's I think my favorite one for the fucking week right here is Bruce Juice Wayne says, can y'all talk comics? There's less movies now. Okay, Bruce Juice. Here's the thing. On our fucking podcast, we're going to talk about whatever the fuck we fucking want to talk about, Adrian. Is that a good rule to have? On our podcast, we talk about what we fucking want to talk about. If you don't like it, Bruce Juice Wayne, you don't have to fucking watch our podcast. Pretty simple, right?
Sounds simple to me.
If you don't like what they serve at a certain fucking restaurant, do you go there and eat?
Right.
No.
Well, he would. He'd go there and then complain about it.
Exactly.
Bruce, why are you showing up every week? I don't know. I just want to talk some shit. I don't know.
Exactly. Like, dude, fucking shut the fuck up. Like, you can do two things about it. Like it or nothing. That's it. You move along. Nobody cares. Fucking
go watch some fucking some people go down a bowling lane with some ice and shit.
Some motherfuckers still trying to ice skate uphill. Like, fuck, dude. Anyways, that is We Respond. We are going to get back into some, more serious shit here, Adrian. It is the past 2 episodes of Daredevil Born Again, dude. So, you've been keeping up with this show, and you're watching a lot of shit right now. You're watching Invincible. You're watching this.
Yep.
You're watching Godzilla. The fucking Godzilla, the trip to the moon, all kinds of shit.
I ain't watching that. For that, I just wait for the result.
Okay, that's fair. But this show so far, these first 2 episodes, or the last 2 episodes, I'm sorry, dropped this week. What'd you think?
I'm liking it.
Yeah,
I'm liking it. The smiling though is creeping me out though.
That was a little weird.
In Daredevil, the random smiling. Well, Fisk, he's like all teeth and shit.
Oh my god!
It's like it's weird. It's just weird.
Okay.
And Vanessa, it's time to put that out to pasture.
Oh, he needs to move on from Vanessa.
Yeah.
There was people critiquing the whole blue light stuff when Bullseye comes out. Like, it's too much blue light. What's that all about? They're doing it too much. Like, kind of like to the guy who was complaining about can we just have fun? Can we acknowledge that these are comic book movies and shows, right? So if there's a blue light when a fucking villain anti-hero shows up and he's going all fucking psycho and it's showing you that he's fucking losing his why is that a bad thing?
I mean, nobody's complaining about some dude in a mask running around town in the dark beating people up.
Right. That's okay.
I mean,
but the blue light
light bothers you.
Fucking people, man. I just think people want to be critics so bad. They just want to have this crazy take. Like, everybody likes this. I'm going to be the contrarian. The blue light's stupid. Anyways, I like the blue light. I think it's cool. But
I didn't even notice it.
You didn't even notice it. Because you were so fucking just intrigued with this the past 2 episodes. But they were great episodes. Like, this is my only critique about the show, seriously, is that I have to wait a fucking week to see the next episode. That's my it's not I'm joking, but like that's the only down. Like, I mean, the whole you're in this like tug of war right now almost, where you have, Matt versus Fisk, but very in the shadows almost, right? Because there's a worldwide hunt for Daredevil, and then Fisk pulls the ultimate chess move.
Right.
Dude, when he goes on live and he calls Matt Murdock a hero that may still be out there. We need to find him. He saved me. Dude, he just created a whole fucking manhunt for this guy under this, fallacy of, hey, we're trying to find him because he's a hero. And you're trying to find him so you can kill him.
Right.
I mean, genius, dude.
I like I'm liking Kingpin's bodyguard more and more. He's the respect, not the anti-vigilante task force guy. He's fucking wacky.
Oh god,
he was drinking with.
He needs to fucking go.
But his actual bodyguard, right? The one that protects him and shit. And
Buck.
Buck.
Yep.
Knowing that Matt Murdock is Daredevil. But also understanding that his boss doesn't want to release that information.
Right.
And he still holds that information. That's some loyalty right there. Besides the fact that he'll fucking, whatever, kill him. But he's also, he's a mercenary. He's the one that's protecting Fisk. So it's not like he's really worried about Fisk.
Right.
But he respects him enough, to honor his wishes. So I find that pretty cool.
Absolutely. He's filling that role of Wesley. Remember Wesley?
Yeah.
Wesley. Of course, fucking Karen took care of Wesley.
Right.
So Buck's got to go by the end of the season. I know you like him, but he's got to be.
I
pop him, dude. You got to. And Heather,
maybe he roll around that psychiatrist a couple times first.
Right. Oh yeah. I think he's gonna get.
Vanessa trying to make that happen.
Yes,
I don't think the psychologist, she's so whacked out. She's not really looking at any of that kind of bullshit.
I got a prediction, Adrian.
What's that?
I think we're gonna have a Lady Muse in this one.
I agree. I agree.
Why she got the mask?
Right. Yep.
She's gonna fucking go crazy.
Yep.
That she can't get past this PTSD she's having around Muse. She's seeing visions of him. She's lying on documents to try to put other vigilantes away because of how much it's fucked her up.
Right.
And she keeps the mask. She's going to have a psychotic break. and she's gonna put that motherfucker on, and we're gonna get a Lady Muse up in this piece.
I agree with you.
I think so, dude. Matt, yo, how about the suit? Like the all black suit with the little red Daredevil.
Yeah,
dude, that's got to be one of the best suits that Daredevil's had on screen, in my opinion.
It's an evolution. I like it. I won't say it's the best.
Okay,
but I do like it.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know why he has like slivers of red on his back. It's not like he can see it. Yeah. But whatever.
I'm about to tell you. I'm about to fill you in. So I saw an interview with Charlie Cox talking about this, and it's a red suit that Matt painted black because he's on the go right now. He's hiding. And as the season goes on, as he's getting hit and all this shit, the paint's chipping away. So he said it will be a reveal. A reveal, be like a first-time suit that's exclusive to the show. Because in the comics, he does wear an all-black suit with the Daredevil. Like people, I forget the comic line, but everyone's, oh my God, it's from the comic, read a comic. But as the season goes on, like the things you're mentioning on the back are when he's been hit by other people. So I think by the end of this, we're going to see a fucking, a crazy looking suit with black, red marks everywhere. Like a war fucking torn suit.
Right.
So I'm liking it.
Okay, cool.
So we'll see how red
Makes
it
sense.
actually gets. Matt and Karen, they're doing their vigilante shit. You got, we find out. Now, this is what I was a little confused about. Maybe I wasn't paying attention, but was there any confusion as to who was dressing up as the fake Fisk in these videos? I thought it was BB the whole time, who was making those little clips.
I didn't really think about it,
okay,
but I wasn't surprised when she revealed herself either.
It was like the same format as all the other shit she was doing. I'm like, this has got to be. I never. They made it like a huge reveal. I'm like, I thought we all knew that, but
right.
I don't know.
Well, she's going down the same road her uncle went down, though.
I know,
dude. She's gonna get fucked up real bad.
Yeah, I think Daniel's gonna have to do it.
Yep.
I love his character, dude.
I think he's a piece of shit, but. Hey, that is what it is. But Buck already told him, you better fucking figure this out and take care of it. And I think they all know, but they want him, like you said, he has to do it, and they need him for him to do it.
Absolutely. And he's a great actor. Like that's James Gandolfini's son, right? Like
he's a great actor, but the character is like it's like one of those characters that they're so good at being an asshole that you want to beat their ass if you see him on the street.
Yep, 100%.
Which is good acting.
It's good acting, dude. Yeah, I think he's done a great job. And he's not even like, I know now he's a trained actor, but he didn't grow up in acting. I think one of his first roles was in that Sopranos movie where he played a younger Tony. So he's playing, a younger version of his dad's character.
Okay.
And then he's obviously, he obviously got some training somewhere because or maybe he's just a natural dude. You're James Gandolfini's son. I think Gandolfini is one of the most underrated actors, period. It's just that he was he don't look like a model. He don't look like Brad Pitt. So he ain't gonna get the lead role in a lot of shows.
Well, the lady that just won the Academy Award in fucking Monsters or Weirdo or Weapons or whatever.
Weapons.
Like I said, you don't have to be beautiful to be in movies and magazines these days.
True. We're seeing a fucking edgy Karen, dude. Like she's leaning more into Punisher's ideology than Matt's. Like when she snatches up the agent, ties him up, like we're gonna attack. Even Matt's kind of like, whoa, it's a little too much for me. What are you doing, Ken? Matt is like, but you have no problem crippling people,
right?
But like she kidnapped him, and that's a problem. You just broke 3 people's fucking legs and like gave 8 concussions out in 4 minutes.
And her actions got them into some place that they're sitting there struggling, trying to figure out how to get into. Right. And he just gave them the key card and shit.
Yep.
Which he should be fucked.
Oh,
right?
Yeah.
Because key cards are tied to the people that they give them out to. So,
right. They should know exactly whose key cards they got, right? But yeah, they get up into the port in Red Hook, and then we get Daredevil from the Netflix show through Born Again. One thing that's going to happen in a Daredevil season, you're going to get some badass fights, right? I think they've done a great job of fight choreography and shit like that.
Absolutely.
Like you get some great action scenes, some great fights, and you're going to get one of those hallway claustrophobic type of
right,
like
close quarters, combat
dude.
kind of things.
I mean, the first Netflix season, remember when the first time he goes out as like Daredevil fully and he's saving the kid?
Right.
And he's fighting all these fucking guys in the hallway,
Exactly.
telling people through wall. You have the Punisher prison scene.
Yeah.
You have Matt's prison scene. I mean, there's so many of these little, and we got another one, dude, with my man, the swordsman.
Right.
My man showed up, bro.
Yeah, he did.
He's a badass.
Yep.
He goes back. I mean, he was introduced in the Hawkeye show, which you never seen or finished. He's introduced in there, and they almost tease that, you know, he's a villain in that, but we realize he's not, dude. He was here, you know, on Matt's side, taking care of these motherfuckers. That was a really cool scene. And then we see, you know, what's her name? Angela. Dude, she broke into this motherfucker before Daredevil did.
Right.
She came out with all the shit. You know, they kind of orchestrated the you know, the exit, I guess, but she has the amulet. So now this ain't really like a prediction. I think everybody fucking knows this. She's obviously gonna wear this motherfucker and have the powers.
Sure.
Was she wearing it at the end or no?
What?
The amulet.
She was.
She was
in the because when she showed up, she had it.
She had it
they
on.
actually showed it a couple of times, glowing and all this kind of shit.
That's right.
I mean, she could only wear the hood because the rest of the shit ain't gonna fit her.
Right.
But that's okay too. She did what she did.
She did what she did, dude. And the thing about the amulet, I did some research. I read a comic. I did some research yesterday about the fucking amulet. So I'm just gonna give you a quick little rundown. Here it is. All right. So, dude, the amulet, the White Tiger amulet. First of all, you know much about White Tiger from the comics?
I know that he existed.
Yeah.
Nothing beyond that.
Kind of same. Like, I've seen him in some shit. I don't know much about him. And then obviously we got a pretty good introduction to White Tiger in the first season. But the amulet is actually a generational curse. Okay. So it was forged in the same interdimensional martial arts city where Danny Rand became the Iron Fist.
Okay.
It was forged there. It was a 3-piece set that had the head and 2 paws. It originally was worn by a trio called the Sons of the Tiger. They all each wore 1 piece. They fought together. Their power was unmatched. And of course, they had a massive falling out because what do you do when you all got all this power, right? You're going to fight each other. They shattered the amulets and they threw them into a trash can in an alley. And then Hector Ayala, when he was in college, was running from some thugs, fell in the alley, found the pieces, put them on, they fused together and turned them into the White Tiger. Boom. You know, he just happened to fall down, pick up a fucking amulet.
Sure. I mean, I found $5 on the way to work here. Not really.
Did it turn you into the White Tiger?
No, it didn't turn me into the Black Panther either.
Damn. Maybe next time. Maybe you used the wrong $5.
There you go.
So what does it do, you ask, Adrian? It enhances you physically. So the wearer of this will have superhuman strength, speed, stamina, agility, and reflexes. You can dodge bullets. Obviously, if you know.
I guess you got to be paying
You'll
attention.
be paying attention, yeah. You can leap across rooftops, and you can hit with the force of a wrecking ball. This is the crazy part, though. So, you know, people like Daredevil and Shang-Chi have spent years training to learn these martial arts, you know. And the moment the amulet touches your chest, it instantly downloads the muscle memory, combat experience, and mastery of every single legendary martial artist who has ever worn it throughout history. Oh, so it is like the Black Panther thing. You instantly become one of the deadliest hand-to-hand fighters on the motherfucking planet.
Yeah, they didn't portray Hector Ayala in Daredevil like that.
No, they didn't. Nope. Also, camouflage. The amulet allows the wearer to blend into their surroundings, turning them invisible in dark environments, making them the ultimate stealth predator. So,
well, I guess that would make sense if your suit's all white, right?
Yeah, you probably want to blend in, right? You fucking stand. Oh, look at me. I'm right here. Right. The amulet houses the spirit of the tiger god. It's an ancient, terrifying entity of fear, bloodlust, and predatory instinct. So here's the thing. The more you use it, the more this tiger god's whispering into your mind, urging you to hurt people, be brutal, kill your enemies rather than apprehend. So,
damn.
I mean,
so this is kind of like some Moon Knight shit.
It is like some Moon Knight shit, almost like some Sentry shit. The more you use it, the fucking worse it's going to be type shit. So that is the amulet. Obviously, with Angela already wearing it, we're probably going to get new, and she becomes White Tiger in the comics. His niece does, and I think his sister does at one point as well. So, but all in all, dude, I'm loving this show so far. I can't wait to see the next fucking episode, dude.
Yeah.
And it's gonna lead right into Punisher, one last kill, and then fucking month 2 later, we got Spider-Man Brand New Day. Oh my God. It's to the guy who said there's less movies now. Okay, you fucking mathematician. Adrian, if there was 33 movies last year and there's 3 more coming out now, and that's 36, is that more or less?
It sounds like more.
Sounds like more, right? But if you're fucking stupid, I guess it's less, So when you're stupid, think about being stupid. It's like being dead, okay? You don't realize it, but it affects everybody else around you, Like when you're dead, other people are going to be upset.
Right.
You might not even know.
Exactly.
And when you're stupid, you obviously have no fucking idea. But all of us are like, God, can you get out of the left lane? You're going 42 miles an hour. If you stop fucking saying stupid shit about there being less movies when there's more movies every time they make another movie, shut the fucking fuck up. That's what I'm going to do right now. I'm going to shut the fucking fuck up, Adrian. And I'm going to pass the baton to you because it is, I know this segment's called Hidden Gem. I think we should rename it Motherfucking Hidden Gem. Or we can say Hidden Gem.
Yeah, Hidden Gem works.
Okay.
All right, so we're gonna jump right into it. So this is another request.
Oh shit!
All right, so Mike, I'm feeling a trend here, right?
Okay.
And we're getting back to they're getting back to their European roots, and by that I mean, so back in the day, I think that one of the exports from olden times was murder and mayhem and destruction and all this other kind of shit, right? So this character, this requested hidden gem, I thought Sinister was bad, right? Sinister, I mean, he is when you make a whole planet of yourself so you can watch your own ass and, you kind of like, flirt with your own self. That's weird. But this cat, now we've all heard of him, but I really didn't know that much about him. So thank you for whoever suggested the Reverse Flash as the hidden gem.
Oh,
but
shit.
This dude is fucked up. Wow. All right,
Damn.
so let's get into it. So the Reverse Flash. And what's interesting about this is that as I'm researching this, it kind of exposed some things about all the other Flashes, right? We know it is just not Barry Allen, but it's interesting their power levels. So anyway, the Reverse Flash, Ebert Thawne, right? He's one of DC's most they call him psychologically rich villains. He's fucking apeshit, right? So, unlike typical antagonists driven by power or greed, this dude, he has one focus and one focus only, and that's the not the destruction, because it's easy for him to just kill Barry. He wants to torment Barry for all times. He wants him to know that not only can I kill you, but I'm going to make you dread me not killing you.
Damn.
That's why he does not. Right?
What's his name again? Rupert something? Rupert?
Ebert.
Ebert.
Eobard. Ebert Thawne.
Fuck is it Ebert?
That's what they made back up in the 25th century.
Okay.
Thawne,
if you have a name Thawne, you're a villain. Like he's just
absolutely
right? Mr.
Absolutely.
Thawne, you're gonna kill somebody.
Right.
Just saying.
Who else came from the future and came back and started not this crazy about, your boy Booster Gold. Another one of them useless motherfuckers. Anyway. So, Ebert Thawne was born in the 25th century, and he was a scientist, historian, and he loved himself some Flash until he found out some kind of way that he was going to be Flash's greatest enemy. Now, think about this: you're cruising along, your life is good, Mike. Your life is good. And then somebody whispers in your ear, Adrian hates you. So now all of a sudden.
Whispers what?
Adrian hates you.
Okay.
So now all of a sudden, you go from, we're doing this podcast every week, to I'm going to make it my life's mission to destroy everything that's Adrian. That's essentially what this guy did. He loved himself some Barry in the beginning, idolized him, all this other kind of shit. But then somebody just, you're going to be the Flash's worst enemy. Now, he's born in the 25th century. Barry's back in the 21st century. He should have just left this shit alone. He could have done all these things, which I'm going to get into, which is crazy by itself, and did so many other things, but he chose to do these things that he did to Barry. So let's get into it. So core traits. He's obsessive. His admiration for the Flash mutates into a need to destroy him. Narcissistic. He believes he deserves Barry's life and legacy. Now, instead of being the scientist and then going on and doing the things that he did and creating his own life, he feels that he deserved all the admiration, the life of Barry Allen, right? Not only any of the other speedsters, but Barry himself. He's sadistic. He seeks not just to defeat Barry, but to emotionally destroy him. Morally detached. Temporal immunity makes him feel untouchable, which erodes any sense of consequences. Now, temporal immunity at first, I'm going to explain that because it's pretty interesting, right? So he defines himself entirely through Barry Allen. Without the Flash, he has no purpose. He is a parasite of identity, right? So comparison, the Reverse Flash and other speedsters. Reverse Flash stands apart from the other speedsters, not just in power, but in psychological warfare and being a temporal man. So Barry Allen, he uses the positive Speed Force, or we just know it as the Speed Force.
Okay.
Pure speed, compassion. He has a scientific mind, emotionally vulnerable. That's his weakness. Wally. So a lot of people don't think of Wally. People think of Wally as like, the secondary Flash, right? Or the Kid Flash. But Wally West is actually faster than the Flash, right? He also uses the positive Speed Force. He has the faster raw speed and creative feats with his speed, but he's impulsive. Ebert Thawne uses the negative Speed Force. Here's the thing, though. He made the fucking negative Speed Force. The Flash got, let's call it, introduced to by the experiment, the lightning, the jizz flying around his lab. Damn. Oh my God. So he, let's say, got introduced to the Speed Force. Thawne created the negative Speed Force. That's how genius this dude was. So he has time manipulation, psychological warfare, but his obsession blinds him. Then you got Hunter Zolomon, also time manipulation, perceived speed. Now he actually teleports. He doesn't move, so he's not a true speedster. And then you got Savitar, Speed Force mastery, constructs, cult-like following, so on and so forth. So Thawne is not out of this. He's not the fastest, but he's the most dangerous due to his ability to manipulate time and attack emotionally. Now, so the time manipulation thing. Actually, let me just go down the list. So some of his greatest feats in manipulation. He went back. This is one of the antagonist things. He went back and killed Barry's mother, right? Damn. Which set Barry up to be one of the most defining tragedies in Barry's life, of course, right? He can move so fast that he appeared motionless, not invisible, but motionless. Like he just nothing's moving.
Yeah.
All right. He actually created the negative Speed Force, which is a corrupted counterpart of the Speed Force. He can erase this motherfucker. All right. He can erase people from the timeline without causing paradox. Like the Flash, he goes back and he changes shit and it changes shit.
Yes. Yeah.
He can actually erase people from the timeline without consequence. Right? He actually not only can he erase people without any consequence, he can move between the timelines and remember all of them. He actually he's like a paradox in this shit. He actually can do things without any consequence to to whatever he does in whatever timeline, right? He's actually outran death multiple times.
Damn.
So why not why she was sitting next to Thanos,
right? Yes,
in our universe, but so but he's actually been able to survive death multiple times due to his temporal immunity.
Damn.
He's even outran Dr. Manhattan's disintegration. Like, think about that shit. So this is beyond just time travel and running across universes and all this other kind of bullshit. When you outrun like death, that's crazy. And he actually impersonated Barry. He fucked up Wally by impersonating Barry so precisely that it just took him off his kilter.
Damn.
He can create targeted sonic booms by snapping his fingers. Barry can't do that. Now Barry can can time travel, but he used to have to use like a machine, like this fucking treadmill kind of a thing. Well, Reverse Flash, he could always do it without any technology at all.
Just by running.
He can emit destructive red-black lightning that can kill other speedsters as well. He can move independently of the Speed Force. He can cancel out. He can cancel out or corrupt other speedsters. And he just systematically avoids many of the limitations that Barry has. Now, he could do a lot of shit, but he don't because he's a Boy Scout.
Yeah.
Well, Reverse Flash, he doesn't have those limitations. He don't have those mental filters and shit.
He don't give a fuck.
He don't give a fuck. So he'll go and do all of this shit. So his speed is comparable to Barry's, slightly lower than Wally, right? So Wally out of all of these is the fastest. Capable of faster than light travel and instantaneous time jumps. He moves independently of time. He can exist in multiple timelines simultaneously. He can alter history without consequence. Negative Speed Force advantages. So unlike the positive Speed Force or the Speed Force as we understand it, there are no friction or energy losses. He's immune to paradoxes and can poison timelines and erase other speedsters. So Wally is the fastest, but he can just go and fucking go back in time and kill Wally's parents, right? Before he's even born, or he gets his powers, or anything like that. So he can move in any time simultaneously. He's literally can be in kind of like in all places at one time.
Yeah.
He's created, you know how Flash can create these like these impressions that he's there, but he's actually not there?
Yeah.
He can do this shit across an entire city, and he looks like he's everywhere in the city all at the same time.
Like some multiple man type shit.
Exactly.
But because he's so fast.
Exactly.
Damn.
That's crazy. So the Reverse Flash is not just fast, he is functionally omnipresent across time, right? His speed is a narrative weapon, not just the means for him to get around. So what I also did was, I went on this full power scaling across all universes. Like, who are the speedsters across Marvel, DC, all this shit, right? So you got the tier 0 that transcend speeds. These are people, they don't actually run. They could just be everywhere at all times.
Okay.
Of course, you got the big one, the presence or the one above all, right? Then you got the source from DC, the Speed Force itself, DC, the anti-life entity, DC, and then you got the living tribunal. Again, these people don't run around. That's not their thing. They're just everywhere all at once.
They're like gods, pretty much.
Exactly. Yeah. Concept tier 1 is you got Wally West, DC, Ebert Thawne, DC, Barry Allen, DC, Hunter Zolomon, DC, and the Black Racer or the Black Flash, DC. Now, kind of like the mutants set the standard for enhanced humans. They don't call them enhanced. There's no mutants in DC, right?
Right.
But you have
meta people or some shit.
Right.
Yeah.
But you do have enhanced people in Marvel, but you have this unique thing called the mutants, right? Well, DC has the key to the city when it comes to the speedsters. All their speedsters are top tier, far and above all the speedsters in Marvel. That's why you have to get down to tier 2 to get to others like Quicksilver, North Star. North Star is the speedster for Alpha Flight. And then Makari, also Marvel, she's one of the Eternals or some shit, right?
Yeah.
Tier 3, you get into the anime speedsters, Wiz from Dragon Ball, Goku, Sadama, Ichigo, and Naruto, right? And then they even get down to the street level speedsters, just for comparison. Tier 4, you got the Spider-Man, Captain America's, and Batman, which those two, I wouldn't consider them speedsters at all. They're just very dynamic, athletic. Yeah. But it's interesting though that this cat came about. I mean, he's been around for a long time, Reverse Flash. 1963.
Damn.
He was first created, right? Came out in the Flash 139.
That was before we pretended to go to the moon that time.
It was.
Way back.
It was. So the top 10 species across all fiction, the Speed Force itself, Wally West, Ebert Thawne, Barry Allen, Hunter Zolomon, Black Flash, Wiz, Goku, Savitar, and Godspeed. So in summary, so the DC species do dominate the Speed Force. Wally is the fastest of all, which you don't really hear that. You've always heard the Flash, the fastest man alive. That
so
kind of
Wally's faster than the other Flashes.
Correct.
Okay.
Right. But Reverse Flash is the most dangerous because he will execute. Right. It's almost like who's the most powerful in the Justice League? It's fucking Batman, dude.
Right.
Because he will do the shit. Right.
Correct.
Or unless you're Superman and you know your wife and baby just got fucking killed you killed your wife and baby and fucking your whole city just got nuked by the Joker. And again, Marvel species are more powerful, but generally below DC's top tier. But the Reverse Flash, dude, he is a sick bastard because he created the negative Speed Force just so he can fuck with the Flash.
Dude.
Right. And he won't kill him.
Yeah.
But he's going to torture him across all time, all year. It's like you could do so much with your shit, but you choose to focus on this one person. With that power that you got, you could do all kinds of shit. You can carve out your own life, but instead, you're going to focus on the negative use of your power.
You know what that reminds me of?
What's that?
Victor Von Doom and his fucking fascination with Reed Richards,
Yep.
dude. Of all you, like, you're God Emperor Doom.
Right.
And you decide that what's more important than being God Emperor Doom is stealing Reed Richards' wife, his kids, and everything while you're in the fucking battle world. So.
Right. You can do so much shit. You're the monarch of your own country.
Right. Yeah, that too.
I mean, you're tech. You're popping down the hill and kicking ass, all kinds of going through different dimensions and shit. But your focus is this dude over here.
But Reed has this.
Right. And Reed's not even paying attention to your dumb ass until you show up doing some dumb shit. But anyway, Reverse Flash, Ebert Thawne from the 25th century.
That is pretty fucking sick, Adrian. It's pretty sick and sadistic.
So I'm kind of getting concerned about these interns, dude. They kind of like going on this path here. I mean, Sinister, this cat.
Yep.
I don't know.
I don't know, dude. Shit. Anyways, well, Adrian, another 5-star presentation of the Hidden Gem. Hidden Gem playlist coming at you soon. We're working on it. Dude, I don't know. Honestly, all jokes aside, the more I'm, lifting up the hood and hopping into this AI fucking thing, I think there's going to be a lot more coming from Only Comics. Put it that way.
There will be.
There will be. Because you just could do it in the same amount of time. You just got to utilize these tools that are going to use to replace everybody,
Yeah, absolutely.
So anyways, well, that is Hidden. We're not going to replace Hidden Gem with AI. Fun. You want to know a fucking funny story about how the name Hidden Gem, where it came from? From AI.
Really?
Yep. So early on, when I was working on this podcast before, remember we had no segments at one point.
Right.
And I was talking to AI. I was going back and forth with AI suggestions. And the hidden gem was actually a ChatGPT suggestion.
Cool.
And then Adrian took it over and turned it into the motherfucking 5-star hidden gem. I like that. The motherfucking 5-star hidden gem. It sounds easy to remember.
You know what's interesting about AI is like, we're kind of using it as a tool now. Mm-hmm. And I mean, I didn't really, I'm trying to think back when I first started using it. And I can't think beyond the first of this year, dude.
Really?
I mean, really.
Yeah.
I mean, for me, you kind of hear about some things.
Yep.
But, of course, the more you get into it, it's been around for 10, 15 years.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I'm like, what the fuck, dude?
I know that I've been actively using it for almost 3 years now. Mm-hmm. So we started this podcast 3 years ago in May. It's like the first week of May. We're obviously, first week of April right now. And it was probably about a month out when I started using ChatGPT to research and really learn how to create a podcast in this space. Mm-hmm. And I used AI. Dude, if there was no ChatGPT, then there'd be no Only Comics right now. I can promise you that. So anyways, but what we're going to do right now, Adrian, is we're going to do a little agree to disagree. I got some of my opinions. It's hot takes, bro. Fucking hot takes. And I'm going to give them to you, and you're going to let me know if you agree or disagree. And it's probably going to spawn some, crybaby ass, bitch ass fucking comments that next week I'm going to read and make fun of them and say, oh my God, and call people a bitch and stuff like that. I'm just predicting the future.
Sure.
But we'll start with step one, okay? Are you ready?
Let's do it.
Let's do it. So far, Daredevil Born Again Season 2 is even better than the first season.
Agree.
Marvel should have given us a proper Hank Pym instead of Old Man Hank and Ant-Man.
I agree.
Michael Douglas as Hank Pym was a miscast.
I agree.
The first Ant-Man is the best Ant-Man movie.
Agree.
Captain America Civil War is the best Captain America movie.
Disagree.
Okay. You're going to say Winter Soldier?
No, I'm a stickler for the first.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay. Shout out to the Artemis 2, Adrian. When we land on the moon in 2028, it will actually be the first time.
Whatever. No, there's no disagreement in that, but I disagree.
Okay. Even though Absolute Batman is killing it in the comic sales right now, I'm going to explain this one in a second. Spider-Man is still the most popular comic character, period.
Agree.
And last but not least, go check us out on Spotify. If you're watching us here on TikTok, go to Spotify. Our full episodes are there. If we piss you off here, you can't even imagine what's going to happen when you watch a full couple hours of us. But go check us out. Subscribe to the Spotify channel. If that's not your thing, go to YouTube, subscribe there. So here's my explanation about the last one. So last week, I said Spider-Man is the most popular comic character, period. You agreed. Mm-hmm. People online on TikTok, most of them agreed. We call those people right. Mm-hmm. A handful of people didn't agree. We call those people wrong. But they were saying stupid things like this. Like, you're acting like Absolute Batman isn't just killing it in comic sales right now. It's sold more than this. I'm not acting like that. I know it's killing it in comic sales. But when I say to you the most popular comic character, period, in your mind, what are you using to gauge that? Are you using the fucking sale of a recent comic book? Or what kind of things do you think about when I say who's the most popular character?
I think about that. It was a comment that I first heard it like maybe 30 years ago. And it's like, do you know what the top 3 words on a planet is? And it's something like yes, no, and Coke.
Okay.
Some bullshit like that, right?
Right.
And it's like, when people think, just because you know something,
right,
that doesn't mean everybody knows about it.
Sure.
But when it comes to comic book characters, a lot of people don't think about Superman and Wonder Woman, Aquaman, that kind of bullshit. They think Spider-Man.
Correct.
And the reason that Spider-Man is the number one is because people can relate to the teenager going through issues. Not the fucking god from another planet that showed up here and got adopted. They just don't.
Right. Or even Batman. You know I'm a Batman glazer, right? Like, but I do think that the same thing you just said about Superman, even though I think Batman's more relatable than Superman in a lot of ways, but he's still a billionaire orphan.
Right.
Right? And I think Spider-Man is more relatable to more. We've all been a teenager.
Yeah.
We've all had awkward moments as teenagers.
Correct.
Right? It's part of being a teenager, right?
Mm-hmm.
We've all felt unlucky at times, especially as you're in adolescence and school. And I mean, the teacher calls you out, you didn't say anything. We've all dealt with some unlucky teenage awkwardness. Mm-hmm. And that's who Peter Parker is.
Right.
And I think we all would definitely take some spider abilities and be able to do some of what he was doing, outside of being Peter Parker, because he's this awkward dork as Peter Parker, but he's the motherfucking man as Spider-Man.
Right. And what you're just saying is like, I could probably have a Peter Parker kind of power, right? Mm-hmm. I'm never going to have a Superman kind of power. So in other words, people can make that mental leap to the Spider-Man power set than the Superman power set. But also, I mean, read the room. Who did Sony pick up? When they bought shit from Marvel, who did they pick up?
Spider-Man.
They picked up Spider-Man. They was like, fuck the
Right.
There's 800,000 other characters. Fuck all of them.
Fuck them. Yep.
We just wanted, we'll take this one.
Absolutely. Yep.
I mean, that's testament right there.
And I think that even though some kids do like Batman, dude, you're going to see a lot more Spider-Man shit on kids than you will Batman.
Right.
You just will. Especially now. Now, I think that Batman is one that if they do enough with him, he could ride. Like he's been there before. He's been probably the most popular character at some point or another.
Right.
But right now, you have the MCU Spider-Man, Tom Holland. You have Miles as the Spider-Verse Spider-Man. We got that coming out. People, every other day there's a rumor about Tobey Maguire, Andrew Garfield returning. Everybody wants it. Literally everyone who's ever played Spider-Man's everywhere still.
Right.
You have the video games. You got Spider-Man 1. You got the Miles Morales one, Spider-Man 2. They're probably working on another one. You got Spider-Noir coming out. There's Spider-Man he's everywhere.
Right.
I don't dispute. I'm a Batman, again, a fucking Bruce Wayne Batman glazer. I can't wait for the Batman 2. I think the first one was phenomenal. The Absolute Batman, I know it's killing it. Batman had some great games, but I'm just also, I'm looking at the full scope, not just sales here.
Right.
There's Spider-Man everywhere, and people just want more.
Right.
We can't wait for Brand New Day, the highest, most viewed trailer fucking in history.
Right. And
people are like, what are you using to gauge it? You know what I'm using? My motherfucking brain and common sense. You fucking God. Anyways, I don't want to end on a sour note, Adrian.
There's
note,
that.
So, anyways, well, that is the show. That is motherfucking Only Comics. Should we change the name to that? Just motherfucking. It's a little long-winded.
Right.
We'll keep it as Only Comics.
It won't fit on a t-shirt.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. You go all the way around.
Yep.
But what will fit on the t-shirt is Read a Comic. So hopefully next week I'll have a Read a Comic shirt here for you. And if you've not had enough of us after all of this, guess what? We'll be back tomorrow on other stuff. You can subscribe to other stuff. We are going to talk. We're going to finish our Artemis 2 talk. We got some interesting stuff to share about the real Fantastic Four. We got some Ant-Man. We're going to talk about exactly how the shrinking and growing works with Ant-Man. It's very interesting. It's kind of some extra dimensional type shit. Hank Pym's a fucking genius.
Right.
So we're going to talk about that. And then good old just in time for Easter, Area 51.
Nice.
How those two connect? Well, I mean, if you've paid attention on other stuff, you know that, never mind. We'll get into it there. So Adrian's been fun.
Absolutely.
Great hidden gem as always, guys. Subscribe if you haven't already. And you know where to find us. We'll be back next week right here on motherfucking Only Comics.
That's it. Peace.